executive producer, branch OKT ranking, the top ranking member. One is Sadra Kana for Precious Nomana, Womo Bo a Juma production room tanti. Dun Tai Chenya, as I'm going to a bad time and swat Naswa Bonnie Kiki, two more soon and a son and out of prayer. What a Abatana and out of pay Dun Newton Fitalate, the video analyst, and where you gave me more and some Matnas and out of pay, and after Komia Messiah, a genie seat, and after Michael Asare Bodu and Steve Woman, you know, yeah, tell woman so more about international for latest no, yeah, they are twice a day. Amamidi at the Capo, the Supremo, the success man. Kumu Nano pay, Mitram, and so Amabia, Kamakomis, Dumiano, and Pemu, and so Ebetimi Abo, Nanyama Kama Fancy, D. Maria, at a tree, and I'll pay a bo a Juma, and ye assembly to a crowd from afar. Na Yabanafi Ababi and Komona, ya to us young question of the day. So Amuzu ana sponsor Amuzu P Yabedin Komo area for Yima and a directly I'm a good morning once again Ghana Yabanafi Yababe twas about time say we have a call
some be a finance
and I'm here to
go pass it and I see another day.
Oh, of course, another weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, I said they are changing.
Sure.
I said weekend, no, they are my.
Oh, I hear somebody patch here.
I said I need there. Elohim, Yadanasi. I am a new piano opportunity to get this life in a day. It is a nyanya.
Sure.
No be na a copy about one sorry. Will be wanting day one car G. We give thanks to God for how far He has brought us. Marvelous moment with a life and a depa and to kutemu na a bon by pano serewa. Nyame bon ho ba de ne mo nso betimi abon ho ban okwan bi so a ebe fa so ama ho so kra no etimi anyini ache tesa wan so betimi age wa de ayede efriunsem the hard dream pa mo nam kwan so traveling no ya munya abotre enkan ana afi Cape Coast no ne tade ni ade sunyan techiman drivers no ya pentama kwa aba no ha dwen eye pentimo mi enko ne kakra na ye wonkwa ye wade nyina wo yemre na afie nto aso ba tan no bibia boko biem
chama bibia fine so far there.
Okay, yere nyame asepa
nyame dia babedu Ebenezer yeah emphasize man kotokofo na
omo da form kase
omo ya show mo one
omo DBB
United
ana ebo
omo so omo person ba Premier League
yeah omo ni abrefa
because omo zone 1A nti hono omo na ekọ ana soro no and so our team
and
the playoff.
Okay.
Now waba.
And zone 3 no so ye Port City ne.
Yeah.
Ifo no.
Yeah.
Can is a port ne
true democracy
mo no so. And ayimo Ashanti Good 04 ne Dwarfs Park.
Dwarfs mo so zone 2.
Okay.
And I say
okay. It is on do zones na
zones there
as zone 3 no if you port for na you mo
and zone 2 so zone 3 as go Ashanti Good for so you know 1A ni 1B so omayi omo
wow
ba kasa ombe wie
okay and we just aka matches no so matches aka no
so DBB United the entire obo match obo wi a o se kwakobo another game e dey tia Young Apostles na me ya gbechina
okay
eti na wo bo na tia kotoko okọ wenchi ochina
na wakobo
Young Apostles it's just an abre or prepare.
Okay.
Yes.
Yababaso. Wo yabaso na fedin komo Samens for Daruma Samens Vita. Help Mr. Capsules again on American for day. Amo bibia na no pesi ne ya ana asembia sciatica ana woti pains a wadro no Samens Vita ba Mr. and Capsules unya bia ebetimi abona afi wonso anuama koye edama premature ejaculation we ya bema modemo former over doctors no 0240 616 061 afi wonu mu adi enkomo koja kenro no ewa dwama so ye sim said that no na ye de ene bode just say tire na fe bidie ye kabom ne abro e de atwi asem no an ye de akomodena ye ho adwuma e de ama okojak eno ye chako two first no an ye de aye wo de betu si wonu mbeda ho yo ene fluoride eno som na boa ye num ka ensom na timidi fo na afi ye procoda wutinum ene paiwa brone be ka migraine obo an tifa edwa no wonya ene okojak procod na eno abeya adwuma 0244 559 also wadun komo ABA Health Clinic Limited woman taroma Dr. Samen Kancho se wani glaucoma and asembia cataract and AC and they were new so nina no mano menstrual pains and hypertension adia stroke and kidney and the problem in yano ABA fataroma womu ebetimia bwana afi womatimia so kumase kwada so juna se men market na doctor etina se domain cross no yaban Ebenezer preschool 0541 565 nam yadin komana no pay 3p garlic mixture and American full etem ama obia obesity why kaso be say wo so at sugar level and some was obia uguta bloated stomach wo fu and some aya den tawe ye be yin from and some mafimu abra we so 3p garlic mixture a stroke and asembia obia ne nan ene ne nsa tire titiriti no enom enso ya de adro betimi aboa pa adro ewo adwama so be to adro piano obenya garlic adro 3p garlic mixture 0248928824 na wetin komo na Pasco herbal capsules obia wo problem ewo liver enom enso etimi aboa pa nti liver no said ya brabo no sitie biobo wa brabo enya adwuma yenti odidia na abesa no bo anafo no so no ase ono odidia na o ese duane me kon no ninina no brabo no ntimi fanse very well enom na American for and they have Pasco herbal capsules at the Amazonia bia enom na so betimi aboa betimi afre number e wa 0557453579 na for wedding komo enem enso adaye romana fe ye bon komo the Hayes properties woman daroma so pass asem ato anasem bia wo dan bi anabasa wo ton wo mo treasure property no say ene upe bi aton so a wo mo ebetimi aboa mo pe properties ewo Ashanti region especially Kumasi no wo mo sem sa wo pedan anasa asase a eye jani wa asem bia ni wa eye the Hayes properties woman daroma wo mo ebetimi aboa na afi wo dan ene asase apesa wo to anase ne wo ton no wo mo ensom netimi aboa ba no everything property a wo mo na kire say wo mo eye jani yakase ne wo betimi rely on them and betimi trust on them about the professionalism wo mo enton asase ma ekire yen kalanga asem bia enti the Hayes property wo betimi ensom ne wo ma twetwen komo e wo 0249840110 and 0244949401 now only the Hayes property empering for edin komo
Imletama supplement say and control so Kantanka Herbal Pharmaceutical Research Center mo and the South Drain Strategy Media by Ebro our system no etmagina branempo ya de bia atiti bia no sweat to us and sweat me da dress ebro nempo I am there a disease out do and no sweat ma kwete no and sweat me to us to be call bia tran do bia no kotobe Imletama supplement ebro 0535112873 na so no makasa personal capsules e odwaso natural company limited and diaba we Johnson tentamo Joshua we tia enson etimobo obo so Johnson ne muate wadoni ni Truman capsules e bo wa mu ko nese ne mentana mutimi ni agre enso etimo pema de sesia na ba be sinkoni nyano Truman enso etimo bo Congo ointment no Ugariwe na utititi wa unya Congo ointment no so baba na no so tmet to so tmet jama baby to do Ghana bia kwa se kabe 0249017101 handsome etima kasa Dr. Lawson Semenka French Ghana friend na say what Lawson Dilemon Butters no so tmet ba me say what oya brema na ntimi agre e wompam premature ejaculation and attempt low sperm counter me pato wodro ni wonu dia no so ebetima ko na Dilemon capsules no de se bia Bako Fichena or Fichikono, educate Chelsea Ukawatia and Sweatimo, the Batanis Edges and Tiantimambi and Yadia, Mr. Lemon Councils and Babwao, not be the answer at where come at our baby turn to Biaqua, or second Dr. Lawson Lupanabi, 0248619999 and Sweatimi Akasa Seos, or Trakukulantanum and Sweatimo Jaso, Yakamfedama driver form. Sebia where you see private car commercial car necessary trucks and for buses out there no the tenants some bako no kwa serious or Trakukula and Trebe some etimi da guma say no na bibia so etimi akokama na mpacho ababwa na prevent overheating and ababwa ma winji na wadene sweat regional ban esan say the tenants bia anka na near the show some ene gum say fan source enwobiam what there is serious or Trakukula and ababwa na winji no some etimi gina you na bia so etimi akokama na mpacho winji winje no wona ne me capacity etu kwa no akyerɛkyerɛm ɛnso tum da kyerɛm sɛ na bɛyɛ wo bɛma de bɛboa winje no na bibia nso ɛtema wɔ kama 0544133169 na no mpanimfoɔ kasa Secops Connect ɛde etu kwan ɛnso de akɔ ama no ne ɛba ne sɛ mainstream Europe ana apɛ sɛ ɔkɔ baabi ɛte sɛ North and South America ana no sɛ ɛpɛ sɛ ɔkɔ ne nya ɔmɔde bɛkɔ ama wɔn nso so wɔtuma kɔ akɔyɛ adwuma adiskapi ɛde agu bɔtɔm sɛ sɛ adwuma nso atuma bu ɛwɔ ama no ne woyɛ driver ne mepatɔ sɛ bi a woyɛ mason ana pɛ sɛ wowɔ nso so deɛ no woyɛ auto mechanic carpenter plumber electrician nurses fo nyanyi mu mɔ sɛ nso ana midwives no mo so nyanyi mu mɔ bɛtuma kɔ na mo nso atumi de mɔtu kama bians ɛtɔ kama ɛde ama mɔ wɔde ano sɛ ɔno ɔmo bɛkasa ɛwɔ 0553732983 na sɛ mo nso atumi de wakɔ amano na bians ɛtɔ kama Betway for the love of the game unya twa na sɛ nso bɛtuma di na deɛ tie ne Betway sɛ yɛnka franchise da sɛ onim sɛ Betway for no I have just a loyalty pay off omu guso na so omu cheche Ghana for deɛ na jata ne sɛ bet no jama u sisɛ code na utwa na onkonfo so etwa bi no o ne point so beto convert no anam aswet ma sika ama bians etwa kama upe na opade ena wiai ana pesa na no pɛ ma code na swet metwa wudi a Betway sɛ sia obete kran na mo so du sika no swet me jama na bians etwa kama be patch for ni chemo so ana pesa www.betway.com.gz siano asase no bet gaming commission of Ghana agia tumuni fisher no watwa we so nka router natural product no enso tim edwa so router mixture no eblo na to malaria fever and also access to media ma and what you say be a also dia no umojan insecurity ye so anampacha umojan insecurity ye na no immune system no animals entimi ko ma wa wodian router live ana na banom na bibia ay kama edema router tonic no ebwa na to typhoid fever and also access to media ma umpa na eme baby aton dobi akwa we say come 0242662220 now so them panifo and some etima kasa everyday price for everyday people ti high sense force and on pay yanka French Ghana finance and weekend but your showroom so Ghana in trust for nadia yes yet maybe o baba jo nyama bi to say television air condition fridge and freezers we permit to say mobile phone sound system nyano yakoko for the answer to media ba we dey no sound ya bari kasubom na bi answer etima ko kama when nurse and high sense for and a bomb when you sign money nabe na omunyama dinta aye papa enso no sa wo de antwin kanya bebre Ghana for jomatomo esa so munyama ne ya papa obo showroom so Ghana no kwajibe na bi bias etwa kama everyday prices for everyday people to simply the best nam enso timi aye high sense on abeko midima for about center doctor the time air so anano pay e ba no say stroke and ya de usisi na prostate enlargement and poso ba na bema wonos entimwa we need to answer to block agogo school junction na doctor time answer doctor answer the time at so na bi answer at my kama and answer to me jamao na pot ayanu akai no answer to me jamao me poko asemayira doctor answer at one ma na so obo joma bi answer at kama 0244774282 na so no answer to Makasa Alaska Star Enterprise menka and front of that success wudan abefe wudan beluku nice and gentle ayono ana no so etima bro eban wallpapers Samsung and a blankets wopper 3D 5D natural designs now mesawata kodoko kope bi na bias etimina kama and also etimin formal so say I'm no kasai about a nurse and a nurse decorative watches and flowers PVC floaters or the B and so to the bar a doom Yana Prudential Plaza and the Sherman Mrs. Anoche Plaza first floor across nurse circle TikTok lay on ma or one to Tudua yan MTT the office in the Shanamo 0200281080 no more and sweat workers ayata freta kumi binamwao me portray a weekend into a better free bemeta fretabi about company industries and a diaba about one and poma gudia wooden ultimate nyano what's what made you am a bias etwa kama afese bia a malaria fever and tetewo we dey answer to jaundice we call feature and sanyama nkoya e tabi aba mixture I don't know nom a puto dokuma select road no so on part of factory na why bodjuma answer to ho no me no dia property na sa Ghana ntwani ntwasoba shops and pharmaceutical shop na no kwa we say kabi 0243686861 na no answer to me akasa characteristic complementers omo de Sahara Mr. Energy capsules na diaba na mpoti diaba Mr. na kawobe ena twiti nurse ne malaria fever typhoid and diabetes Zara man capsules no mesawa da bema nurse ne obema na sini trase kojo to edofom tim mesra so jeje mu a nurse Zara man capsules ana banam na no set regina bene en set media ma anopa mienu anwumem no no obo na mpata unim sa Zara mesa ne de unya bi no ma ebo ne mpo anu so to all sarase ana enso timi da ma obo ama mi sister no set regina bamba bi atwa bi akwa we say kabi 0246348334 na so no makasa power specialist Saba hospital yawa me doctor kwese bia ya wonom akate eniye esan se udu na katia eba na hepatitis B C anapose air the channels of saya there ama bias etro kama fatty liver ulcer fibroid anapose kidney stones ina no wo bono to se deku adiama enu ti se malaria fever ana tetewa wo do ne bia ya eba malamis afa kofka ba me san dwaso wo bawa etu ase diama so ana bia ya ba make ns tonic no wontumi ni dia obedidi na bia ai kama adiama anopai mesa udin kran Jokobenya ACP Road at Power Hospital bus stop onye wa ebo adwuma ene bokumasi fe yase bosom twekwa na so Ebiaya Johnson ene wa ebo adwuma udu na se ne takrade a Anaji Estate ba Antamaru Bank 0244442294 enso etima kasa Supremo.
Well, meda super. Yamre na fi yanhwe question of the day no na yeni komo Dr. Amuzu ana sponsor yan question of the day. Dr. Amuzu the Amuzu P ana tertiary Amuzu P enemu ya redro se kono se Felix ana Canada bi na nya yo banso tagu we be ma discharge nneema bi edi frase yo ya na cho boxer shorts ni eja o che sin na o te adida bia on sa she obotomu mai enso edwi na nneema ekoso ni nyina no wonya infections edro Amuzu Pia ebetimi aboa baby ato dro bia organ ha doctor dro available and ubenya bi enso atimi ato eno Amuzu P enkomo and ye denying question and ye busa any doctor and a day question asumasi enfa emusel was who has been a better player for Bayern Munich this season between Luis Diaz and Michael Olise kofo emi no Luis Diaz and Michael Olise. You will say who has been a better player for Bayern Munich this season. When you know why and I did this and more akon kan yipa at the Ama club I friend say Bayern. Okay, yenti Ghana for you.
Stream na say the attorney say Rema Pedro Madina Cruz say Michael Olise good morning Capo Bena Emmanuel Osi Olise as usual watch you live from my buy and Odiaba Nana Akasti say for this even Diaz knows is Olise ananana ya Akasti eso Ediaba asari bodi akose Michael Olise ananos Ediaba tell you kwame temperature and say Michael Olise watching live inside Dome Crossing Nana ya everlasting say Oko Ediama Michael Olise Sansona Ogidibra Jr. I say it's difficult to but I will choose Olise Prince Asari Ese Oko Ediama Olise Wanos FFU Amasaman Olusu Ebeneza Ese Luis Diaz His Excellency Nanaya Redu Ese Michael Olise Robert Lewan Ese Ese Woko Ediama Nesene Luis Diaz Wanos FFU Akomadine Afe Ben Infensi Ese Ben G Infensi Ese Diaz Sanson Ana Desa Calvin Peters as the best winger in the world currently is a branch of the day as the Olise Sanso ana desa ya from me Africa and so say Olise and also etumi Ediaba Evans Jamfi yes Mianka Sami Brown also join the tendent so call Ediama Michael Olise ono and so say dia Odiaba and so no ancient god so call for Olise and ode aba RBB Monis so Olise and Okode Amano Brakufi was one in a bra bass UAE onum monitor yenjume day and face excellency Nana ya redu Sir Michael Olise and Okode Aman Robert Lewandowski say watching the show live from Akoma Dine was I would choose Luis Diaz on any day Benji offensive Syria was it Diaz and Oko Edem Aman Bena Emmanuel say Olise and what as usual watching the show live from Abay and what Kevin Peters as the best winger in the world currently Michael Olise the best and what also at day Amaye way baptism a J
saying say hard one, but I'll choose Olise on any day. Currently we are the best. We are say and a message what day Abba and a message no. Prince Asarich watching the show live from Ahmad Saman. Okay, everyone kind Olise and welcome a day Amano. We'll see another everlasting. Say from Abraso Diaz too much. I know Luis Diaz and welcome the Hala Madrid for life. And one also a church a day Amateria Kwame temperature is Olise watching the show live from Tommy Crossing and what Ogide Brown Jr. was a difficult, but I'll choose Olise and then Ogide Brown messenger. What the Abanana cast is a hashtag Wontumi 101.3 FM for this day. Diaz Onwa wonim say okay, we say Diaz no is Olise. Okay, and then also de Abba also Beneza as Luis Diaz and also a transfer of the Diaco as Michael Olise the best, no doubt. I know a messenger or also the Abanese a man for Adwin no be and a day as Somo and there and pay ewo Wontumi day and so Pontum Andrews as from Doma Obeko for Olise Aaron Otri as Olise and as Konzi from Aguna Abodom was so called Adamo Olise Omar Saba GHN no okay yada sepa and a message what day abai nanu pay in Jumedi sunti young friends here we a question of the day and ya dim about yama and bet to a course name there. And also, as the kakra to a charity for the love of the game, and in day mano. When you feel doom, you know, qua utrabia and ye, Manfako Masika and Twitchery. Bet to a sea and can't show us a cobobusia Africa bet. A man for last hour in cabet, and no, I am ra at that bet way, and branch say down and son what to make a be any. I am fast or code, you know, a year 57 oz and your dema BW45.
BW45.
46F 04C
BW45 473 19B
45 was and the second one no the atrocity says also BW45 46F ACF 6 O's the atmosphere 5 BW45 470 45F and also a 5 O's indeed Yamin Kayona be green light into your name na traffic light no so a green no chese e koyanim into green bar na say yedi na bi so aye kama nti ze bibia no enkomra. Okay. Kotongo match ni guso.
Eguso has so bo friendly game against Golden Kicks.
Okay.
First half 0-0.
Obi antwata.
Anti e ba e kwaba e ko hihye
keka ko money tanu ama.
Na say we need the bibi bona Wontumi nsa.
Ndi say ne abidafo ba be din koma fa ho. Yen kwa mono no mra. Time aso ye kwa mono de ayi Wontumi 101
Agwa juma no you Yami wohoda Se uji didia Obeya juma Esa chirenia no you Yami wohoda Se uji didia Obeya juma Ye bompaye Shamachi Israel Yehuwa Ilahenu Yehuwa Ekad We ahata et Yehuwa Elohika bika luvika Uvika naveshika Uvika miyodika Tode Yashak in English in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Capo. Capo chairman. Yes. Some messages and hey, oh, chairman, yeah, dear pass, watch me assemble. I just quite be coming home, and papa, me.
Na guess it is okay how guess no guess no me say how many boys in this year me say guess it is say who to be sponsor I am number 1 chairman agwa juma no you nyame wo hoda se ujini dia obeya bajuma asachre ni anu you nyame wo hoda se ujini dia obeya bajuma ye bompaye shamaki Israel Yehowa ilahenu
Yehowa ano no betimi apana fe wa bedini juma eno I report free Leo Messi into Miami wo maso ye ensom anti airba do some nyina no anti airba so Miami team no we MLS no Messi say already we shot 3 goals in the 3 games we mu atimi abo ya rest last season no onya 35 goals our MLS we ensom betimi boy with 1 penalty and what dey at 190 rest no this season Messi has started 3 matches and 3 goals was started record in the Bayer NBA last season 35 goals one SN obetimi self Brunafe and man some letimi akwa ya rest 900 goals ebetimi abanyame adoma and now match 11:30 abom game no and some ebetimi abaso you doing some no and so atema na no pay e adwuma de so now Leo Messi ana on say obebo in a winning goal and also obesa hat-trick come the team and some lose again and what you to that one of important as a footballer the team able to win game and we are one of nani and some going to winning a game no a better and winning and as a score a winning goal no and so I am much better SMBA what we bet me a hat-trick come the team no and some at me lose a day and one some no as a Garrett Frank Bale at the atuda one more sign say ball in the one ball when you cast for and some Messi can hear him no yen so ni Ronaldo our Madrid and so to me ball then time BBC na nya sametua Garrett Bale enye Ronaldo nie and afa Benzema and some enye our Madrid and mama sametu obia mutumi ball ese classico bet me for ball 10 wa masa dan o masa ball to me otumi bobo franchise free park no so fetchire and some nebeje akoi wa bobo pa na omusa no say game no de wa ball ne akasefo and some Messi aka wine and kaunya ya and kono so obetimi na ball so one player per Leo Messi ayobia nanka ono so enya ya and kwade no enso etime ball simple cra we Messi ball our ball and level Messi and some awa wono and a player and konya ya and kono so ani ni siakan eno ayen koma wode atudade awon semni nyina no and so ade bana Miami team no matise o maso interest nyame aduma next season Leo Messi besa wo mu asembia Bernardo Silva and so belande na for no and some ababere tuma according to reporter Gazeta dello Sport wo mu a reporter are doing something nyina no and some want to from the next season and ya senator from the camp of Inter Miami team no na udu Saudi Arabia enra ugly boboko no wo mu lose to Al Qadafia wo mu bomo 3-2 ama enra na nya senator mantimi anhwini ene wo mu game wo mu boy Ivan Toney eno kompa na ni nyina mu no ono so ngbomoden ama tenai October ko na mom ni nyina chi no wo mu elusu game no enso ngedemantima ya from Al Qadafia ene ya reporter e phone ade empire do some nyina no enso ngede ema na no pe na o hwe wo mu league table na eno Ivan Toney ne onua enso na empire ade awon some no ade eba na se eno rusa wo mu elusu no wo ma league title na se eno Ronaldo ade the team no o ma team 64 points and wo mo enso edi kan wo ma about 25 matches and na ano mbebo na angle boboko no wo mo so 62 points wo mo etosumienu ewo en the table no so and after El Hilal wo mo ewo 61 points ewo league table no so ya do some at the Bayami adwa and that day Saturday about 1 p.m. and no Al Khalaj wo mo and some any El Narsa and about 10 p.m. no and wo mo game no and some number so Al Fatar wo mo and so El Hilal and no so 10 p.m. and anyway and no some number to abaso later sini nyina no and so ade benchi no Ronaldo mo wo mo sa wo mbetwim and the league table no and so omotimi atwim ade akosora that enwon sem ni nyina de ba na wonim say according to reporter enra efi El Narsa wo mo team no atom aba no say Sadio Mane and say ya ontimi mo game na eba so mo say joint pain ana wumia and so ngate e woni jointa and no e ka wo bi an say no and so ntimi an start in a game no amfa ma team na ate awonsam ni nyina no amfam atema na no pe ene Diana 5 points Ronaldo nom amfam let me drum na so a wo mu ebe tree league table no 5 points a wo mu esem no ba ka ma na mo nya de esem bia Ronaldo amfam ebetimasi akan eno ayo report of few whatever na demente eno a predictor lineup a me te se wo metimi de ewra game num anadai Ajax goalkeeper Bento wono bedam ade amatim no sama kan be boache Al Amri enso ebebo Sultan ejemu Brozovic ebetumi abo Angelo ebo anafe Martinez Inigo enso ebegina chire Bruno Abranche fene Sergio Felix ebebo anafe Abrantia ya fene ka Reb enso ebejem Coman ebebo anafe Nimono metese Al Hamadan wono analidi in attack ade ama Anarsa ebobo Corontes Sadio Mane mebodi di anafe Ronaldo so ka twasa mane de wono dia no aye joint pain anafe Ronaldo dia already yenim ntinya de se ne wo mu ebetime sia kana mo yare se enyama betime akwa kama de ama Nasar wo mu eboboko no Antonella Ricozo aye Messi ne kanchema ne wife pa awone ne da kataso sorry eno no anafe Georgina Rodriguez anso aye wife edema Ronaldo no mienu ewo IG ano mo se no Antonella Ricozo akwa like Leo Messi ne wife wono akwa like Georgina Rodriguez ni poster wo ye ewo IG ana manfo say yes esikafo yire num nie wote ase wo mu ensom edu wo mu hene atase nya semeto opema wo mani ji ewo wiase pa ye beka se mai eba no mani sika wo mu ni problem eba na ni ji a wo mu any problem ni nyina no Leo Messi ni wife Antonella Ricozo ana Leo Messi ni wife ni Ronaldo Georgina Rodriguez abani sika ane nioma ka wo ni afefe de ni wiase nioma de a enze mai mienu wo mu du wo mu hene ensom ewo asasi so ade awonsam ade mo amano player later so ensom na Banami Antuma ene Bayern Ofaliwa Kingston wo mu ebebo ene Bayern Munchen ewo de Bay Arena ene game ebaso ayade wonsam ade Banami Antuma ne ano mu ebo match no na final training section ade ama Bayern Munchen boboko no yeni enkomo eno Avasan company one of the breaks no mu training way aye the final training na wo mu aye ahead of the game wo mu enko ewo Bay Arena ayade wonsam ni nyina no ensom ade mo anano pe ewo ntuma de so na wo training na eno enko so a metis on rex wono ebedam ade amatim no Jonathan Ta ewo atire ensom na ma Bayern Munchen Diot Opamecano ensom na betima start and after Stanisic ebebo obabo Conrad Lema ewo atire Pavlovic ebejem Sajinavri ebebo Joshua Kemik ebebo and after Luis Diaz no Hurricane and after Michael Olise woman ebejem and some Dema Bain according to training and Avasan company one of the boys no and some na anra our training no over and the sell nyaman so esitia metis a buy no man no idea ontimi and them on our pro one more pro ontimi more Jonas Obek and so and more and after Ubenya Alfonso Davis Yama Musiala and after Hiriko Aito women no and some ontimi embo game nidia ya don sama table Bayern Munchen no Alexandro Grimaldo one Emolak Balde Emogem no Lucas Vasquez and so entimi more women na your boys I to say no women entimi enyam ensia kan ya don sama table anwa ewo and the premier tell them Bayern Munchen team no Vasan company erituja on Manuel Neuer and what they stood so probably one more time after international break and women Zambia Manuel Neuer ebetimi abo ade amatim na nasem entimi medutuma and so and from Bayern Munchen to more transem international in the matches near Bo area and ya welcome Manuel Neuer and a reporter ever Mami Oliver Kahn near Komo now we can be a bomb and the only one is and after Carlos Romaniga was it and conform you woman at the Bayern Sua woman to Bayern team no so to a fancy cano woman imagine some sorry namuno and some omunya woman say omuberetai now for omaja team no ama enkodai abefa team arane ama nyaman so ko edu babia oh enche you be get team no na for womu and some imagine pano woman the fresh ideas abe womu e Bayern na for so ma pagya team no ade akok du ba bia se du wo so ubehu etena yebekọ ade etena yebekọ omuda so enso matitimi so mo drake anuama enso ekwatire na uti Oliver kan koma wonu so odia wo so wona du ene ban team no ma board no wo ma hwekra e marketing department ama wo ma kofa young boys bi abo metina ya adwuma ade ama ban an company foi eso mo woso ekọ manimu na ada ene boys ba no mo ba ya adwuma refresh ideas a yebekọ yanko restructuring and afi anuama enko so mo hwe no wo mo drake anuama ase ene ban team no udu administration a wo ma yesa snell abo ya fa ne se ne ya fa ne se snelsi anwa abwa enwa onso mo nantie se rezitie aso mo ko nyanya sa enu na ka obi anama Oliver Kahn enso ebobi etwabi de ema wo mu a yade onsem ni hano enso de bana ban ofo Lewa Kingston o team manager ya fellow Gaswa and Jolman or the Katra enso adi atuda na nkoma wonu edi against Bayern Munich game enu ebaba so anwa say won be etia one of the best clubs na already okay ewa UEFA Champions League women Arsenal and a boy Arsenal team no enye adiketu akra utumi say womu achi womu ewo game and also neba so one of the best teams womu ewo wiase and womu and some na Bernard Walker nyina no and some na trese Bayern for so no omo upgrade womu osoro pa into game womu airborne omo do mani nyina and some na resa game no omo kwayese bia womu air cotton kan womu nine and so ase womu run with full strength and energy womu atem kosa match num na manager omori busane say we Bayern omoni Atlanta game enom ekos o monitor kakra ehwe team no weakness bia womu ensom womu head of them bia mumu game yi embia wunya video clip bi e monitor womu match no I said womu weakness sitie and say edani weakness masa womu match no sa match no mu Bayern masa Bayern for no say omu enya baller 1-on-1 say yem press e dey match no enso enko 1-on-1 situation e dey na no pa until the other identify a one-on-one solution and a situation in a Bayern Munich woman anymore a idea say one in a bar as a identify no now show you into so many agro and some never do and no iron comma and no echo so I do something I know and some not the another pay Mamanko Italy and another pay drop for me Andrei Shevchenko Neni Komo Akwai and a batters who kai den time Abramovich time or is Shevchenko buyer with Jose Mourinho no one kotono was it Mourinho you Shevchenko say I will not pick Shevchenko amane ko van some other buyer pump and a Jose and some amane ko Shevchenko ni legend kasia pa anane wo hwanom I do something you know and so at the Eba Enra one also etimi everest in the former club ya fane some Milan one anafe one legends no show ma ya don some Deba Modric no and then penifo and I will show more TV so na no player ya tim and the latest ni no and so at the Banwa or back to the root and no Andrei Shevchenko and you didn't some no at the Ebana Inte Eboboko no Mama Christian Kivu near Ninkomo report I say can for more treasure Omugo some didn't come contract in Samini Adia na the Americans Womu Ayesam Omu Hesa Omu at the Nebeko to 2029 now so Onum Akoso Abajuma at the Amatim Yasitim no I have some Inte Womu full back at the Christian Kivu our Juma one on some and Tomu SME Womu Ebetra Nasium Ade Amanato 2029 Yatim the latest Sinano at Eba Mame Marco Matarazi Yenin Komo Yaka Matarazia sounding about him Oza Matarazi so Wabaya Jumo na famous Matarazi movement you know hey 2006 okay on is it done and come with Panga now the form nese red card su our grand finale our mundial Italy in France now said the man some city no and akasate afa Nicola Barella ehuna ozako dai or shase obaba back stronger na when the ball all bomb arrested in the ball pass it here and then the level na Italy what them say unya player be over final in the level and after the strength and they said you see na Juma no and some no leak in to them pie but say a branch of say Barella and some other said John and also now you say Juma Odino and the man some na ko come later sir if one my day back do something now and some let the Eba Mame and a Chelsea player now you need come James now James and then in your bar your friend say Lauren James omumienu womu extended Emra Ebomu Edem Emma Chelsea Eboboko no na Reece James 2032 Ninia Lauren James 2030 and on some na Chelsea women's football no ama nneɛma nso mmekɔ kama na over said nneɛma nso mmesi tenra womu edge mani pa because bisua baako a mobotim baako na afi we ewo ma boboko no we o mema nso mmetim no na over Emra Lauren akakra wodi to da was we very happy I say no what my extend them Ariama Chelsea Emma boboko no was sensa one edge on the club no na we very young and I feel do betimi aka say a lot of memories our Chelsea womu team no into this moment one also etimi aboa ama Chelsea team no woma jin kuwa be broni de obesa rese ne womu ebeto so abene wa sign the contract extension at the Amata Women's Football Club ya don some man Reece James so the message to supporters and I simple was sema supporting from day one we pra oko oba na matanachi we timi pra ekotena fie supporter motem abaman oba mo sajina feso e mane ya adwuma ne kana ensom na de matim no a lot of setbacks and wenya our team so many years wonu eba no na mo matanachi amane amansom na timi akoye wa win a major titles at the Chelsea yaka experience wanya bi pa and after memory say en enkaye bum no and also wanya bi our Chelsea wemu eboboko no ase Premier League title waboa ama Chelsea win bi UEFA Champions League and after about domestic cups send the FA Cup and after about the League Cups ni adia wono aboa ama Chelsea o man tidia na the work nyina ne say more to come in the future what has them there after kwana grown start more to come in the future and the near future I fear a day nim ebay wono MS titles ni adia wonu abesa win bi more yentie Reece James Capito at the Chelsea Football Club kakra or the Tudra.
I mean, to be honest, it wasn't really much of a decision. You know, I come through at this club. You know, I love the club. You know, I've experienced winning here, and I believe there's still lots more to come in the future.
And in terms of that belief, how much confidence do you have in the direction that the club is heading in over the course of the next few years?
No, I mean, I've spoken to everyone from the top of the club down, from, you know, ownership to sporting directors, and, you know, I'm fully behind, you know, the project and what we're trying to build. I mean, to be honest, it wasn't really much of a decision.
And some Reece James said to that Chelsea for no, and your man come on now. Reece James on Oresa the Mexico. Enzo Fernandez being the vice captain at them. Saying also no, and was say we work in hand or more. Juma Enzo a boom now. Already me I can say Enzo Fernandez no yobia. What also our influence power. Our team no mumi no. So when you are Nasa Enzo at Ambantana when him so by Juma. Kama and so at the Chelsea Eboboko no and some player no they are to the later senior no and so at the Liam Rosinia and so send any Japan and so Ometi secure long term in a contract at the Reece James our the Juma dia one so ebedi was in the position our ball we are there massa and 10 wa hono obia ni ho currently obia ni ho I can 10 wa pass obetimi and so go forward that be chire pa the oboa Reece James the best yentien Liam Rosinia and so Erituda.
I can't stop smiling because we secured the best player in world football in his position, and he had many opportunities to leave this magnificent club. And the good thing is not just the size and the stature of the club that he's come through from a very, very young age, but it's his belief and confidence in what we're doing here, where we want to go. We've had many conversations about it. For him to sign a deal and put his faith in us is a massive step.
Why do you feel like Reece is the best player in the world in that position?
Do I have to explain that when you see him play? Huh? I don't want to embarrass him. He's top. No, he's top. When you meet Reece, you see him from afar and you admire him. He can play many different positions. Technically, he can score goals. He defends. It's athleticism, tactical understanding. The thing that impresses me most about him is his humility and him as a person. And you realise why he's having.
And as a Chelsea manager, no, and a day Sankomo by a day and something and so a demand out of Wontumi. So now said Yama and some city a team trainee and Ram Wesses Kaisedu and after Ghana Romeo Latvia and after Liam Dalab and Wesley Fofana big comeback and so a day Emma Avantia Fenisende Jimmy Gettins and some let me by Ko Palmer and after and Uchi and Assam and the thousand Adarabia uncle no or also a by a trainee kama Joe Pedro woman and also a trainee and do a Chelsea boys now what you are getting in over and some trainee kama Emmanuel Ekoye Edema boys in the training section no and I will be ayade and will later sitting and some Ademanano pay away into my so and no Kakra if from my deba later sitting no Yadon some and so at the ever now Ode and the Abrantia fan is Moses said to Abama now Chelsea and Wobusan would you say why now or the most underrated player our club knows so on the in the Abrantia Pedro the ball power but yeah okay say only one there or your most underrated player you said I'm one D the credit on the Santanka over to me I say boy now your friend said your Pedro no I one I know I am Moses Kaisedu Nkoma one and some area to that some common no I want some answer the man out pay away into my so now Abrantia Nkoma one and so point you better take a car now for the manager Kakra no so the upper yeah the atwaso at amount I am Rosini and the atuda say the idea one say always dominate na my body a good team na fe we mu arese ene omunsuro team bia na also team we Chelsea ne PSG ko Chelsea be Chelsea Arsenal and also on Man City na be bone hu enso e Chelsea there be all build team no we mu be yi ehu edem afi we mu na fe nuama so etimi akweka ma wo se PSG match no we be press pa na me aduma game na baso against PSG no also we mu be press PSG said baya we mu enso ebenya many goals no ebe doso ade ama Chelsea said baya in their first half Chelsea said 2 na in their second half ya started best 46 minutes or 7:48 when Chelsea ba kwa count na ya 3-0 master and the PSG mu be tibia hia e was Stamford Bridge and on nkoma and also few ade ever ya day and the latest atem ema na no pay e we yentuma day so and do some no and some ade ema na uramu e wo ene team ya from say na yanko na yamon komo kakra e wo Newcastle ma so ye na wo say edi hawa when Chelsea bebo na adeba ko a wo dey atu da say team no on Chelsea wo say omu hwese mentally aya dream mu anu omu be say wo mu ansom ebewra no ma bobo no aya mental challenge for gamer and no ansom baba so na adeba ko a obetimi aka and it's the toughest club a wo mu ansom anu omu be sia aya Chelsea team ya wo mu anu mebo na adeba ko a wo mu ehwe ene so be focus e gamer and so betimi abaso and your manager nkomo de etu atuta e Joe Linton and so player no and what they atuda say Joe ayo bia what the mobility aba me for to say o man fifini kra no and so etimi eyede na do kanyina and so man say Joe a player bia one so say injuries and I had pa this season tesa and Capo no from the modemo you be win differently and no I am sama what them after Joe why doing some no at the on Tuesday we baba Barca na Barca game no for one first leg across no o me very disappointed na performance no yeah pon game no and BBC and ma wo mu entime win game no na do kanyina ne say o mu rese ne wo mu abeko all out for the game and so wetin abaso and yankoma what the atu dwa na o misa ne say assistant manager IFR Jason Tandal na Jason one ne ya adwuma since 2009 and one assistant coach in so ya adwuma manante and so ache and was say no kra na ono one assistant manager no man say awarefo no as awarefo a wo matena and so acha wo moti wo mu wase eno enti and one no and so etime click esan because moti na say antiase e wo wa eno boa ama modwumadie ekoye pa.
Married couple. You mentioned, Jason, earlier, not many managers and assistants stay together as long as you have and go on the journey you have. What do you put that longevity down to? How big a support has he been?
I think the longevity probably comes from a healthy respect between us and the fact that we started together I think he's an outstanding coach, and I think the most important thing is when we started to discuss football initially that we had the same views. So if we're in conflict on how we play, I don't think that's necessarily a good thing, but there's a lot of agreement, a lot of alignment in terms of philosophy, which again is hugely important. And ultimately, probably the key thing is we're very different people, but that actually helps us again. He sees things one way, I see things the other, and then we come together in the middle, and I think that's probably why we've been able to navigate. We are like a bit like a married couple. I won't tell you who does what, but that's probably the best way of describing us. We are like a bit like a married couple.
You mentioned Jason earlier, not many managers.
We are like a married couple, so more also that now, also at understanding our longevity, also that Kauna, Omadu Levola, Womo Edu, Meka Marino, a player, as a team, my friend is also now, a player, no, Mikachos, Amano times, Uncle Spain, Nafe, one and some to me, Enko Dini Juma, and no a rehab, no, Sarah Ben Yama, and Subetimako Kama, at the Amanani, no, I dare say on. Also fear or as a rehab ever cost one in the wife fee when we have one set of Benuyama Ebetima Kamamika Marino reporter Bannis or Hetijim our Gusua or as a Nyama and some Lebetima Kamazada Baya and what Deno and Subetimia Bantunia and a Gusua Peja and Nadia at one summer day Basara Benuyama and so Ebekoye de Ama and the Meka Marino and no air reporter and also Eba Arsenal Tumuno and at that time the voice Omuya Juma and so Emma training no Eba's way. The last training section ahead of game womu enso betimi apo into boys no Bukayo Saka ana afi womu eka ho ana wo show mu a yare wonsam debo mo de boya ya fan some Michel Nduka wono be training bi a 15-year-old Arsenal boy wono enso eba be training emanuema ekọ kama okaya womu de ni Cologne our Charlton and one first team no enso e training and no Nduka and ya de nsam enso adema academy players no and womu training no Michel Nduka Freddy and after Max Dorman nom womu so Luis Zalovic womu and so nka woman training in no and so ekoso adema Arsenal yaro nsam de eba say me tesa declaration womu gusua womu ever second bia so womu ebe extend at the amanaman komo yin no and so adwachire enchekra womu ensom da be na afi womu enso ni na hwie e contract extension womu ehwe Mikel Arteta womu musane se dressing room no sai ana nuama citiem ana afi so David Moyes aya juma and wo David Moyes abaso say ore said ni playing days Everton wono boy be 2005 mu na enya semeto akra ni playing days no na on David Moyes na enya easy kra na wono ultimate transform ni career as a player ni nyina no wabo no tofa akasa de afa enkomo ehu ama wabo eneni former coach enso abaso yebetie Mikel Arteta kakra what etuda.
Else who has been full of praise for you this afternoon is David Moyes. You've spoken glowingly about your relationship with him in the past. Have you spoken to him much this season, and can you give us an insight into how he helps you?
No, I've spoken a few times, especially we spent more time after we played each other in December. But yeah, not only him as well, but big part of his staff and the people that are involved at the club obviously have huge memories and a massive gratitude for, because he changed my career basically after my decision to go back to Spain. And then he brought me to Everton. He really changed my career, me as a player as well, and a lot of incredible things that we shared together.
Mikel, if you can you just take us inside the dressing room? I know you can only tell us so much, but Sir Alex Ferguson often spoke about siege mentality, and with all the noise that is around Arsenal at the moment, is that something that you've adopted, and how powerful can that approach be with the unity of your players?
You just have to go in that dressing room and feel the mood, the energy, and the way we talk to each other, and how much we value the position that we have right now, and how much we want to, for sure, be in the same position at the end of the season. And that depends on us. So the focus is on what we have to do, what we have to maintain, and what we have to improve together.
What the Atuda Arsenal coach Mikel Arteta and I didn't some Bana on Bukayo Saka. So say Bukayo Saka form no as a traffic light no edum na so form no edu ho a bakama. So say ye huni ye coach no the Atuda or so say Saka form na ni enimu no obesa babak na nuama ye kama yenti coach no.
Another, yes, I mean, we have changed the unit a lot, much more than in recent years. The amount of games and minutes that he's played now, I think it's a bit more than already the whole of last season. So we just have to understand the demands that we are putting on players as well, and that's another thing that obviously when we talk about the beauty of the game and all these things affect certain things for sure. Yes, I mean, we have changed the unit a lot.
Na Xavi Simons and Afe Kudus Mohamed Omienu say Tottenham team no awi say the amze mo dempa relegation the amze atiwomo and some awie said they no update fancy at the Emaka chose players no be adini nkomo a o pe ba bidinity and some natimi afa sere baya wo mu anso ko relegation na championship the amze players ne be who say omo nya championship players and no I am koma bench Xavi Simons and Afe Kudus Mohamed Wudia no say o must start a woman agent team commercial be move be a pie no some omian in term now for woman and 10 times so woman movie na nyama kama na Kudus die reporter men seka and it's Atletico Madrid and I'm sure ya Kudus bet me at in any atsabi komo koso between Atletico Madrid and Afe Kudus Mohamed in agent and Afe entourage no say be Kudus ebet me nya move ade and any at Atletico Madrid no I am koma if you want my table do some no and the Abana Tottenham womo prepare for Liverpool game and some never so boys no eguso omo ya juma and nyama nko de Barcelona womo gusua womo training set be nyama and some ebetimi akokama and amomo I got to door yes okay to ranking ni coach pa I just say no one some agitum se coach dia onyade say na I got to door was say Oba no wa who's a problem no esosa na Oba Tottenham no so be a problem of fear bi and oba so we so do ya no and also problem no I bigger than one also de no wu anu wa chire sana ne ya kaya se adwuma ne de wa chire a obeka se adwuma yi o ya demamia metumi aye metumi abeje adwuma ya bra ya do tena chire a ana ba se adwuma no mo asepa wo so obedu no so problem no so pa I say asase yantam masa dananim dan so odo masa pressure dan so enya pressure ketu akro I go to do on problems wa ba beto e wo tim num.
In the end, for sure, I don't feel good because we don't have results. The problems are bigger than I was thinking when I come here. So that's there are a mix of emotion, you know, like still have a big will and confidence to try to change the things, you know. But the problems, like, look, they're always coming back. Everything you prepare, everything you work, like it's gone, you know. There is nothing about you as a coach, so this give you a little bit of frustration, you know, and I need to find strength and what I'm doing, you know. My job is to help the players in the end.
Would you ever reach the point, and I know you're saying you're not paying attention to the criticism, where you thought this is just too much?
It's so obviously that someone think that will become one coach and will change something, the problems will resolve. This is make me laughing. This is so much obvious that this thing is so ridiculous, and so people always want a new hope. Okay, now we'll change, but the reality is totally different. Reality is not that.
Totally different, and no I am Koma. What to the reality no a different car. Na Vicario, Anafe, Antonin Kinski. Omi no why na weekend over them. Na eno cross side that no and the Obusan said the reason why 17 minutes our Champions League. Also some Abranti Antonin Kinski Efimo. Na what make it in a what decision no you better coach them the entire 17 minutes. Oh yeah, so what Kaka said one of biggest mistake or starting the football as a coach in know one some atimaye and say oh yeah as say early say goalkeeper yeah in a film too early na yentie ni nchemu kakra or buy
it was if I can need to do I will do. When you make this decision to change you always lose when you do that
that substitute after 15 minutes. Coach lose in both cases. First case because you put him, then everyone say, why you're doing this, you kill the guy, no. If you don't do, then you are taking risk to concede 1 goal more, 2 more goals, 3-0. So I took a decision after thinking it was, if I can need to do, I will do again. I will do again same. I think it was an act of helping to preserve the guy, preserve the team, help him. Why I didn't go to give him a hug? Because maybe he was angry and become angry. And sometimes coaches do these things to avoid the scene and even get the situation worse than it was. So sometimes better to stay there.
Now, no press conference in the BBC. Who do press conference room? All press conference not the time. So sorry. Now questions I have, but not pressure. Room and channel. Well, press conference in real questions not pardon. England pressure or coaching in here. Oh, already TV is sorry, no, real questions. No, I know. More questions. And pressure no does and rank Johnny and then pay it for 70p and some there be a certain of no my pen in the idea your friend is Osha in the coach me I didn't come now almost say next game no and your man koya we mo ebe pam no by Monday obo no match ni we na your man koya we mo enso at the new manager ebe no exclusive the reporter if you are there and 70p so there Michael Carrick our Manchester United you are just one board no let him come players bi o on team no mo to aso nya adwuma nya me adwuma next season say adwuma no on one ebe to aso I address and Diego Dalot and have Terrell Malacia Mason Mount Manuel Ugarte ne Casemiro players no mo kan nyina no I address and no enyanke je mo kwanya and also betumi aboa and we are Manchester United and some the coach no Michael Carrick and you didn't something at the Mason Mount back with the team and we are coaching in coma one also the other player no na utumi say on also the atudas or no and so any group the team you training you are and common to the manager no and some come and you the latest amount and now pay away and so now all I said and you man some Mexico Michael Carrick or the atuda on post course and summer and some and we comment what we are no na you better was say and a big deal and some family cry answer England hodie obey juma and some no doso a man for to me come ma juno bia to me card open and some much na yentie some kakra what the two after Wednesday defeat to Newcastle United yentie kakra what the two
different ways so it was nothing really. There's nothing to say about it really. I think that's just where we're at in terms of social media and things and captions and quotes and it can be taken in different ways so just be calm about it and understand actually what the real meaning of things. Listen, there's different opinions out there, you know, and it's fine, people can have different opinions. It's just things get taken way out of one extreme to the other and it is what it is, but I'm not worried about it, so I don't make a big deal of it either. It was nothing really. There's nothing to say about it.
Michael Carrick and come on and yet Liverpool team no Dominic Soboslai to say onum and our and moduma is a gusu kosu said New Man City a player of the month you know for February or Jim we can one 4th time and also Aje Ade Amatima your friend say the Liverpool and you are kama you and 70 play them 4th time near and also set me can this season Ade Amatima no nkoma if you Ade and 70 play them so nyanje as on also Ninsa and so Timiaka in the South Trophy was we a player. Now some OTJ trophy and I said, Yame Koye, also the money of Poa Basua. Nidian and motivate too. Emma also Oka Homa Majimano and some Nako coming to my votina on also the new Atim and Koma. If you Adeba Andy Robinson, Atim the fastest player, our team and friends in Liverpool, I want this season. Odia wa utim no kakawania nation the player Albecas player idioms this season on the fastest player ever in the Liverpool ube choose why na onwa choose no yentine we Andy Robinson Liverpool this season why and the fastest team no
player has clocked the fastest speed this season in the Premier League. Is it A, Mohamed Salah, B, Jeremy Frimpong, or C, Andy Robertson. Don't worry, I've not seen these questions before, so I don't know the answers. You've gone with yourself?
I backed myself, yeah, because I think all I remembered was I clocked a massive, like quite a big speed, and I remember the sports scientists were pretty impressed.
I've gone with Jeremy Frimpong.
I should have went with Frimpong.
And the answer is Jeremy Frimpong.
Because 100 races out of 100, Jeremy beats me.
22.5 miles per hour against Arsenal. Number 2, Ibrahim Konate, 22.1 against City. And number 3 is yourself.
Myself.
At 22 miles per hour against Burnley.
It's
not too bad.
I knew
it
was that game. I could have actually told you the game it was in Burnley.
Yeah. Which Liverpool player has clocked the fastest speed this season?
And the Robinson and the didn't some Pep Guardiola and the two dana Pep so said Pep so Kakana Dunisa now Pep Guardiola so on Instagram and after TikTokokrano and some Nadia say oh na what reactions ni bebre some the ane doso na enkomano eba ote reactions ote amanfo kabi na mo ose ya wo de bi be kire no say coach say na amanfo ka one presenter we was it say pandit we say enti ono de oni Instagram oni TikTok na mo nneoma ekoso especially the lineup obe wona amanfo kan wasem ni nyina ote nyina against Newcastle ote ni nyina na mo ono de oni ho eya wo de be kire no.
You won. That's just, I will convince you now when the selection tomorrow, I want to rotate the team, we want to be good. If we win, we'll be perfect, Pep. What happened in Newcastle? Did you read the comments before the game, my team selection in the social media? Did you read it? Yeah, you read it. What they're doing, Pep, in FA Cup. How lack of respect of that competition. How the people can say that we arrive how many times in finals, semi-finals, FA Cup in the last 4 or 5 years? No team. No team in England the last 10, 50, 20 years. There are more times the semi-finals. What a lot of respect. How don't play Rodri? How don't play Bernardo? How don't play this player? How don't play the other one? How leave Erling at home? 1-3.
Why is it that you choose to read social media around sort of like team selection?
No, it's Harry always inform me. I make a briefing. This guy.
None of us though.
Listen, I want to be honest with you. I didn't read the social media, but I'm pretty sure before the selection was that. This is my feeling. But as well as what, I didn't read it because I don't have it. I don't have Instagram. I don't have TikToks and this kind of stuff. So, but I'm pretty sure. Everybody wants Erling playing, and you know the people like having mental. You can see whatever.
Like gaga Pep so ye bibi any different eno dene wo mu eka owini a onte bebia na mo lusu a pio na manfo ka ene ade ni nyina otini nyina Pep Guardiola adiano nso atudwane nkoma wode atudwade ensem ne pede be no ewo ensem ano no mamenko Spain ne ani nkoma mame Sevilla omu coach no ye fa no Matias Almada wakasa ose enyoma bedre koso ewo wiase entokwa anastatia ekoso ewo wiase obatiase missiles ato ewo Iran ebi atom ewo ne Lebanon Iran ana afre Dubai ewo enyina no missiles ato wose de ba ko betimi akanse ntokwa ekoso ewo wiase no football for no makamano atum obienu okasa ensom ade fa ho big coaches clubs ni nyina makamano ensom ade atum asemnyoma ekoso no missiles o moto no yatum missile bakua eye 50 million euros and cost we are say some yatum missile bako ne cost eye 50 million na 50 million no ebetimi di aba Africa also Africa Somalia also Sierra Leone and countries be Africa omuhia aida yebetimi di sikai akobua amanuama ensom akoye ye westi sikano ye westi no because 50 million means about 250 million auto 4 saying auto 5 saying auto 10 saying and can be football for monkasa mobetimi akasa na mde muajim say we say dia ana ball ebekoso say we say anye dia football entimi nkoso enti Ora Matias and some oka na say football for no modomo and some jim said beya and you mabetimi akwa near report of full and some the aba mejiri seminary ya and so treasures a football a rasa anye dia football and so anyhow and come through whatever Atletico Madrid bobo ko no mose Diego Simeone some other Champions League na ultimate Copa del Rey this season womo enso ebetimi abona afi no contract ne hiem ze womo abere send a lifetime contract no womo adeba na afi akoso abodwuma etem amatim afenso Atletico and on a report for the Matepa they meant to Real Madrid omo game against Elche and some say coach no ebe rotation metem Andre Lonen ebetimi abedem at amatim na no report about Lonen ebedem rotation abekoso and a report free and a tima your friend say Madrid omo so deba for the Valverde wano anenya and Madrid player of the month no ono so ekoi ati ema no ono anaja we mu ebon abaso Fede Valverde no boso bogos ema no man so na kama eno sam ani ati ema natai na ase abalowa enso eka try the boys no as a motivation our Modibo City game no we mu fanko Elche game no eno enso ebetimi aboase de na omo ye motivated enso against City omo fancy motivation enrem Elche game eno ebetimi abaso ani reporter watem abo catch boys no and so and say Real Madrid bobokon at Real Madrid you win title you win game tieni we are Madrid and a player shenu for so team as a win game I nothing no you need to win title and no you dey for table to store title hopes me alive our Champions League no and so at the moment you dey and some the table me to the players no follow Mandy and after Mbappe Jude Bellingham Rodrigo Militao Alvaro Carreras and after and the players no maka Alaba munyina and that some and so ya fela plano e telephone mateba 0 beto atem atuda na de 0 beto dia tuda and say the days our Madrid no adaba ko beka and say una one prepare for Real Madrid one prepare because oba Madrid na adaba ko no ye ne say na any time bia no papa esem oko training obabo PlayStation and on PS game obabo and a TV game na nsan wako na utumi say onantem and so maka na onna ne nanye and afi o tase odidi na didi mo nso na enye also do one of the biggest club we are say na your friend Real Madrid no na say psychologically na so prepare psychologically na gain and prepare for Madrid and no aka be na 0 beto wono enso ntimi ambo was intentionally obetimi aka enso say adeba ko a obeka ne say the performance anko eduba bi odidi sa ogeni wait our Madrid into eduba bi no na wayese car na ese you maintain no said all the car eco maintenance no sapaba pam ana no ensom etima ye no enkoma what they are to and some no ensom mateba anyame atomachina election day I was Spain Catalan I want ana election e basu Laporta and Victor Font woman election and your presidential race at the Emma Victor Font and Laporta na nyame adoma na reflection day no let's say enya dia so obi abetima kasa obi atimi na campaign ya end campaign of Victor Font entimi nkasa and Laporta entimi make public statement to bia and on social so no betima kasa and so ate amo muntano reporter Bernardo Pemundo Deportivo and no omudo no and some other no another front page of Mundo Deportivo when Atanimoni no campaign and some Atapana ya I want some Atabani Atumachna election day about one babaso na Laporta edia to do Xavi some no beka edefa Laporta win our same hu Victor Font Victor Font no kwai ama Victor Font ayuso no na ono so do betima aka say ekom fa so pam Xavi Barcelona eno no na nipa we u kaseti ame obi a me no ya adwuma na tese me no ya adwuma nyina wo ka me enti de wo kan say omu ensom anya no correct eso omu saki Xavi enom ayen sama Laporta etem atu de ensom de pino ensom na de bahans flick say reporter man say yes Gavi ya reso be return Sunday we game against Sevilla eno a reporter eno som na de banafe ya reso ne enoma ebeko ye good news our Barcelona and say Jules Kunde and afi Alejandro Balde omu nyina no we mo get shape kakra enoma nsom ekwa kamanes show mu a we mo ehwese enoma ebeko ye ate amomemrana so nemom Lisandro Spalletti report am abanisa me tese ni days no what 6 million euros and I metese obenya na year na Juve 6 million and omo wese ne omo Edema Alexander Spalletti said ono nso betimi atoa so aye na juma in a few days no ono nso esanya 6 million a year and ono nso ebenya 6 million afibia euros and an nsam nso ebetimi aka after the contract extension ewo Jofe ehun sam ano no yemfensi na afebda formre na omo meto so aye Wontumi 101.3 and afi Wontumi TV digital and satellite yejina so den ya enye asemketo akra bi da fortnasi na afi yerem enanope ewa asanso ana Mizaya atenase ye na de wa mayu atade wi o say ya che to be frank em say mi hu ya che mi so she mayu na che mi ya kanokre
o shede mi she ya che
kanokre
shede mi she ya che shede mi she
be say de ye nti utimi she ne mu ye now as a support no be our man you anka ehu say enko ya utimi she na nka o support ni about as e o de enko ya no ye gu baby
Dabi na me ko ka mpeduro se no se just like
man ya humu nyina mo
why dey
ya humu mun de mo ye nyina ya humu mo amu ye nyina ya humu mutim no nko ya na mo de matade
mo na mo nya me asese Thursday no mo ba ya na ma
but return leg ni with my at your home return leg Stamford Bridge ni with me it's problem be no
ba undia na me do o se mo share 3-4 na enye surprising from Chelsea
for sure
le mo bet make pick clean sheet
na mi asem no
te o mo amosem
ye be minsuru ni
Capo
na we have a call there
kakra
no
enye bokoko bi akra ntimi mo ano
ni ntimi nyane bokoma ni ye
enye bokoko bi akra ntimi mo ano
sa o show
obi a
abofo achiri
abofo achiri show you am friend
abofo achiri
na Saturday
abofo achiri you have a friend
say word no so be keen to kwa obi keen to kwa
papa lupara
ni easy cry
about to di na say aso e di o sini ile ska 70 twa
ska 7 ozumi obata fe ni apa mu na say 14 na me boa
na bi sabo so
na na era 14 ndi ze usu di ani obi suma che
obata
na otwimi ru oje odi akoya mi amante
apa ko bi store dum se bezaya
dan ka mu ano
udu pay we na to store
I rely no be boa income bibi abe fanu
Capo
you am
yeah and the league matches ahodo some of the stories will be so discussed say obon petrofi age petrofi so age bi FA Cup akubi na community na ni age but how come say na my coach Kati Mengele age adwuma no akọ then I said say ebiso na coach no ene opeso so me busa me hono say let's come and debate media adwuma na ma for a lifetime and also say baby I share my opinion kakra wo but Pep Guardiola din komo bi after game now board it here Real Madrid I say any time bia na be lose a Champions League game no lose game now pure
we are China adventure
we say am about pure I don't know
it was 10 spa how
also about Champions League no 17 good years anytime you be lose bia no but I would want to have a lesson of that voice again na ma sheda rem edime nkomo yi ma de ma Shadrack odie no and osaso one part baby na highlight to say onim why after big game be lose na either say be man or say genius or overthinker so otatibi Capo otatibi o
for sure pa
but you make us me action
yenti Pep yenti no okay good.
It doesn't seem to you that it felt like there was a lot of changes, but I think to a lot of others it feels like you moved away from the wide fullbacks. There was less protection for Rodri and Bernardo in the middle.
How many times Nico O'Reilly playing the left back in this season? How many times? The only adjustment was Kusanov in that area because Vinicius moved in that area when a guy don't think much to attack and control man. The rest we're injured during 2 months and they play incredible. Savinho in Newcastle and Jeremy always is incredible threat here and people arrived. Experience for Bernardo and Rodri. We have runners with Dicos and Antoine's for the sense of goal that all of them they have for the set pieces for the go in that position. That was the idea.
Pep Shaq running here to mami on experience 17 years experience or Champions League now pure no so na yenti hoti ene kakra na the new team say o use one so dey bibi kakra and an openi nyina na Pep enkomo a wadi and pure
Champions League 70 years playing that competition. Every time I lose, boom, my God, pew pew pew. A lot. Is new? No. Okay, the storm passed one day. Now West Ham go to the second and prepare the Tuesday. And when Tuesday will be out, will be I have a lot of fans in the media. Don't worry. Well, supporters, a lot of fans. I have a lot. So it will happen. It's okay. It's fine. I have to do my job and the best, honestly, knowing that if we win, it's good, and if bad, it's bad. So we lose, it's bad.
Coaching job ne juma ede the other day me catch you juma ede but juma is also tough pa okay seeing problems are me senior coaches in the form nyina no still me die so say dako make me be a good coach Simobodu now no the only kotoko bo na on for touch la hono
hit pa
few more team free that no man o control you see all of that on my show obusi on for show but still adwuma we me die so say dako me ba be so adwuma who decision na oba be take no situations ma who take those decisions no say presented the man Isaiah oba share those situations and taking this decision differently. Okay. Me so taking a decision differently. Medical team beba, kitchen for beba, physio for beba. When you the report beba wa we head coach no. No be so assistants for no so opinion. Now so do line up about be amfane the emra. Sometimes in discuss it. But error biba, you are the face of the club near their show. But any first time a Pep Guardiola be game one or you change back bia after game no. Many reactions or no reactions say overthinker. But couple apart from overthinker as a word, one word I also describe it Pep most often you tell you super a genius. Me another way couple me so me jitum. That be say tie for the chef for from overthinker so be it. I'm from a genius so I'm so. But Pep Guardiola dey no me I'm from overthinker no me jintum. Menji Pep overthinking concept na man for person with the fan no menji no ntum because yes this is it Mame Falco 2009 also about Champions League in how many years
17 years
Mame Falco 2009 first time about Champions League the final no near checking the lineup of the Boma Barcelona he won that game excellently he won against Manchester United okay it's an idea no yeah the lineup of the good game no money na ka oyeni yi Capo ka obaboa be kakra o hwe pike a one ya yaturo na a ball achiro hono o say ya yaturo da nchen yeah ya yaturo bo position be Capo why me for that and a coach no dey a call central defense na o hwe right back na hwan na ebo e Puyol was an established center back
yeah
I'll be able to say even in Puyol generation, you know, Puyol now mu generation, we 4 and 5 for our bar. Couple minimum you say consider Puyol.
Sure.
But the coach said it's a Puyol game we there. But the demands of the game come right back. Na mema ya yaturi emre pike nche ho.
Wow.
He got his results.
And the man a genius no.
And a genius no follow baro. High poor game no. Ay, no the ya to boy. Hey coach we awurade me donya me.
You the Puyol akobo.
Oh, you the Puyol akobo.
A Pep na do so.
Yeah. I say my can't show say no nyini. Me say me hu ni the Pep. Or you player and who so ba be coach. Then we rain these words of blessing on the coach. On from 2011 the same Manchester United. Basa sabe shia omo. Sa checking the lineup or sa de koye. So only say from 11-10 from 9-10-11 in the space of 3 years Pep has always been a coach here. BB hano say only change be ahead of a big game no fanya results. Nobody says don't criticize. But say the game na kwa koye. Circumstances are presented them ahead of a game you know. Couple those circumstances you know yeah the more be decision be different.
Yeah.
So when saw the Mascherano Sako can pick him.
Yeah.
Game we check here. Puyol crowd had one
yeah.
Mascherano check Liverpool omo days omo air prime e wo Europe pa under Benitez opa ko check Mascherano way Gerrard Alonso omo na wo mfimfini supported by Lucas Leiva. So Mascherano no by trade or midfielder but oba has no
deploy na be center back.
Pep Guardiola has so nya genius because o check man you attack no solid attack.
Ma Pep different on the coaching style mutu.
But again ne obofo 2-2-1 pe e de osoro to form. Ado ba to afom akrante.
Yes wasa.
Oso wasa.
You're fair to Pep be right.
So I just want to tell you, Pep is a conceptual manager. Because a conceptual, he believes everything has to be attacking football. Football has to be attack. Why should I go and defend because Obi Bameso? Mistro Akomia, Mistro Capo. Pep, he doesn't believe in that. But onja way to also remember 2023 Champions League no wajemi ensa. The Obajima Man City no. Capo yes anko sa line up no. E ho na me believe Pep. Na me support no as Barca fan. Na me follow no. But I have said the Pep kume kra. Tactically, he's one of the best managers I'm really who game no. Shadi bi oye. The backline ni o. 3-2-4-1 and the Botia, one of the best defensive sides in Europe in Inter Milan. Simone Inzaghi the team no.
Yeah.
Free back we na dey so be room for anybody. But Pep Guardiola say, "Ma make up free back of Natanake, Ruben Diaz, and Manuel Akanji. Let me find stop on Kofi. Capo had the Pep Guardiola wa more full back kra. Wa more left back, wa more right back. A ball Silva and a ball Grealish. In FIFA, you know, and a ball they say magic box. Magic box, Richard say Rodri John Stones. I was saying you know. No kwa Gundogan and a Kevin De Bruyne. I'm so top two. What's a former box? Show mo. Now box already. A man here magic and they say a brave drew game near Koswa during transition. No, almost say Rodri John Stones. Or maybe top. No, Baba Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne. No, Baba I say it was a train assassin.
Yeah.
Game no na Shadrack de Makono. Sa box na hu no line up no no. Capo no. Rodri ne John Stones ase. And hu Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne. She omo box na referee ni gina finfin. So what you say? We your friend a magic box. Pep Guardiola wa mo full back because he feels a Grealish and Silva. Every hold you power no top wo. Say be a wunya kwan na wa ban 2 and 3 so 2 and 3 for nyam nkoda. Sa game no bench 2 and 3 for 4. Watch the lineup. And your lineup on your left, no. And I felt game no do any
yeah.
Shadrack can find good game. No never be on your picture. You know, on catch my TV phone share. No man can say picture no could try. So Pep Guardiola, intellectually, he's good because he's a concept man. He believes to say every time I always keep be a positive. No say to me, a swaba, a better be cow for generations to come. But I'm far a ho and a yana. We all share John Stones. John Stones who is no deep no. He is playing very higher up the field. John Stones no damn wide crab on the. He had a very flexible method. For me now, be at me movie, or be at me football. This is why I love this guy Pep Guardiola. So I check it screen so I had watch it at the end of my year. Who say I had na make no
magic box no.
Or pass it I'm so how by be picture no. Watch the guys. Also foreigner
yeah.
So why are we here saying oh, you can see that he won Champions League final with no fullback. Shadrack substitutes bench no. Oh ne phone also. Off onto TV no so. Carlo bench where right back one starting no. Obo Aymeric Laporte or bench will be. Okay, Rico Lewis. Sergio Gomez. About 4 full backs and bench one started back okra or bench nyina.
Pep no.
So me no. Ya na Capo the empesa me kako sisi say. Onye overthinker. In any case, this season player be one some no more can. Pep Guardiola will say the two who son of Cobo right back and I Vinicius. Na o check ne left back na o kan ho asem na no mo blame no na. We Man City de no na ye kan ho asem sisi no. We no dey Champions League no. O full back bi o mo. Hwenela ne full backs ni na o bench.
Yeah.
Talk about the 4 full backs. O mo nyina o bench. He won the Champions League against arguably the best defensive side. We see any be a Jose team free one more. against Inter Milan. And this same coach, so a ball left back Nico O'Reilly left back. Nico O'Reilly this season, Capo 25-26 season. You know how many games our boy as a left back? We can all analyze the profile on the screen.
Yeah.
The coach was not wrong. His decision did not get the results. Emmanuel any overthinker. Left back how many games in our ball? 31.
31, yeah.
Should go production when you was sourcing free 31 games as a left back.
Well,
I see how you can kind. As soon as you visual, you wait to do any. So the appointing the that is a dominant position for the player. And now Valverde train no. Valverde train no. Then everybody says, oh, now then O'Reilly or to be carbon and no she goes. And I know okay, then so say O'Reilly to she goes. The guy by trade is a left back who augments his game with other positions. It doesn't make the coach overthinker.
There's already game no na according to the plan, but I'm fat.
Sana the NT.
And no na fans no so ntiase no always na plan be fa. Na me boa.
And yet always tell them how you coach. Na the message say ball ba so no say. One will come no but all the precedences I see what na ahihye wo plans na ade ko. Then one angle be na kofa. So this is something she Anthony Kinski Tottenham Hotspur keeper.
Yeah.
The whole week I justified the action the coach say Jimmy D. Division 2 your players was coach Jimmy D. Coach Jimmy D.
Meda. Me
boama coach Jimmy D. Me for the poba. Okay Jimmy D me you need you koye foul the dia me.
Sa den dey we player now tie ya sa match na be gu ho ni mase. Ambo. Me boama me coach fami ko no. Hwe. Any is a new thing. Say match I will pre say ka match we dey ka e dey start ya one we have 15 minutes e dey wait for him.
That's how we tell. We could say what time say.
Born be foul say
unim say
easy. Coach me ball.
Ko ba ko say no so nya wo say eba.
But yes why you want change you hagene. So the panel ball ni nyanko si the panel so clear yes pass. Yeah one time.
Yeah.
Your ball there is pass when the receiver has the ball. Me the ball name out but me do where you pass. But your crop no ball na ekro. I say pass. Once we heard the pass and person we ball can do it. When Chahanako. Okay, say South Africa 2010. Ramos was a standard centre back in 2010.
Yeah.
For Spain. Piqué was a standard centre back for Barcelona and for Spain. Puyol also but the boss can say for balance and for functionality. And the Puyol ball. The Ramos ball right back. And on maintaining Puyol ni Piqué ni mienu. Na ka o pese ushia Germany, ushia Holland, ushia France, other countries na. Esa kan ka onya Puyol na nya Ramos asaka wa wie
kra obi amfam.
Wana unya ma wa wie na ka chofu wa sese chale go common kona DM no enhwe mochima mo. But on Pep Ramos and Puyol they can't function per the coach no knowledge of the game. And the Piqué na can Puyol no the Ramos ko. So a coach there. So when the boss can ye
Tigazi headmaster.
Hi. You feeling it too.
Drink one. The boss.
In fact, when the coach me yada no first baba o do. Yeah. Oh you do or touch like man. When the car say so we should game no hunu Busquets. She should Busquets ni hunu game no.
Okay.
So we should football hunu the game no cause Busquets woman person who the game no cause dia. Find out where Busquets is. You understand the game.
Wow.
The boss can ye. One of the best coaches a game na.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Champions League and then national team football. Why adwuma pa Madrid ni pa ba ko pa no. So Capo, na person nye take on Pep there no.
Okay.
I don't think he was wrong on that decision. But Babia Yanam ne Pep kakra wa asem here enra de Mickey kan ye no. Mickey said say Pep always think say I have to attack you. Without respecting what strength I would be by me son.
Yeah.
He thinks me crowd come on and foul nine oh this mentality no. Me crowd come on if I go to your my yase me crowd come.
Yeah, okay.
Na that one you no come on so I was have traffic on say go to your yase you. And that to Pep no, he always has to go all out per his knowledge of this game. And no to be an accommodate, but I want to really wait and see how Obebo Adiatia Abeloa.
Okay.
Second leg, because coming from 3 goals down, no, he has another 90 minutes to justify whatever he thinks about this game. But I don't think say a really position as left back in the day or you're wrong.
Okay.
Liam Rossinia, a young coach, I'm a person who succeed with Chelsea, but I want him to adjust to. Chelsea squad. No. What's all Kasaka Kakran and say?
Yeah.
If you are watching or maybe Chelsea fans and adjoining shed and calling some so. But every young coach piano, facha me semi use word way, but me word for from fan show. I must walk a crowd no more. Every young coach be adjoining sa. Few once and a team di a be more chiche or do cocraphone be a chiche. Not what they are learning trade with towards or about you come. But don't do no. I must want to make canon yet. Maybe I want some person can say, but Yanas would a mobile drum who didn't a broad time one.
Yes,
why we must have the capa. My main family, I'm a downfall. Old million BBR was a gracious in example. A gracious is a very good coach. On your good old me assist coach Kwesiapia or Jumana or you know. Me share ball Sudan, let me who say gracious and just touchline. It's easy couple to get to this level and easy. But then only say I don't pass a coach because you are son inside the neko. If and can do other so a boom work, domination or sin jay.
Only true.
Capo, police for the Hukuno no only Hana.
No more, and yet Oguzi and yet Tejimana.
A gracious.
No children, as
I'm you know the khaki brown.
I brew, you. Gracious on a tactical.
We are young coach, young.
And now what to bomb
what you say? The profile or back from analyst cum coach. A honor no namoba.
Yeah.
A honey a modern day trend of coaches, no. Jose Mourinho in the previews are way no MIA. You would start as an analyst, but you end up as a coach. Jose said no Capo be Robson team no.
Yeah.
A honey man could do 2 months better coach Basano. Because at that time I translator.
Yeah.
But okakasa bebre na o analyze game no analyze it.
To who the corner
a lot. He knows a lot. Obedi code game 50 minutes ninya ndru about what you say anima we necessary and he learned that. So a bani sanwa a gracious Didi Dramani omo nyina ye coaches are almost started as analysts for. Once did this so analysis in be. But me say ka gracious that so ye league mu as a head coach ya and ka ye kuno we kokoti do ada homa so fi say dia na obenya wom enya homa so fi o as a young coach you learn a lot within that 90 minutes
officer ni kasa no doso
ani na kamede wo ko hono no
eni ne
what you cry bibia o opinion sa e wo touchdown me wa akokra be ye di later no akwa assess the referee ne ye no because akokra hu sa situation bi wo chire e na ode ba or you calm on a lot but young coaches react instantly. Sana Liam me ya reading you na sem ya making a check across on Chelsea fans betimasi or peka sana and saying I want to control games, I want to control with possession.
I want to build a team that everybody
the fact that you want to you are not looking at the strength of your squad. Michael Carrick, what I want to free Michael Carrick, he's adjusting per the wind in a direction, no the squad no strength no Kobe Menu came in we saw bum 4-2-3-1 attacking quadruple Bruno as a whole in the hole as a 10 behind the leader of the attack, you know, 2 typical runners to me a finish to me creative ni team man what they call the basic strength of the side. Liam, the key draw for Liam Rossini weekend way how about balance physique and technique against Newcastle we my friend a fatigue match. Say oh really our Chelsea fans need confidence wo or oh Newcastle me share Europe and I say try PSG over 10 PSG game down a big headache at this young man
weekend when you be huna adwen on it
a big headache the man Capo he lose against Newcastle me say Chelsea na me catch ya na make say moment na ha no monye say mpanimfo no ye Chelsea fans omo pe kasa say fans base ni bebre machia
Chelsea omo ntwema o.
But yana ya oposo Chelsea omo de anko ya omo ye calm. Omo ye di Chelsea fans emma young guy we onye djuma so lose game we tie Newcastle. Maybe make me call for a draw for him.
Okay. Against Newcastle.
Madrid trying to say Newcastle omo fool because they'll be thinking
almost a game against a very bad.
How and game not that no. E ba ko e do company.
Ono de end ben o. Ono say you closer to.
Yeah, very very close. And a dicey as well. A dicey as in the sense that Uncle all out against Chelsea. Now no motivation can go company.
How much we there?
Or rest the key men. Now on for what they game Newcastle be
Champions League in the Dande EPO. Sam me
more than 12 when you free so the points 42 when you free point so Bournemouth, Everton clubs to be one yeah, so he'll be looking at half 3 points we say so.
Okay.
Now last year I didn't buy Europa fee. So now in any case Capo it's your company akoye. Oh really?
Oze.
Oko company akoye.
Ongoshe.
You had all the chances in this world. So Obama Basa, I regret it visiting the Tyneside. What born you know to go my penalty also coach penalty. I go sula to born anymore. I'm gonna set chances in here. So Capo, I don't think he has any chance.
So 29 points on 12th position, 39 points.
Yeah.
Into we near Obeko 42 points. Reach 42 no beat me the number babe. 9-8-9 honum baby position ho baby on say e be jump no
but so call all out on your strength in company.
Yeah.
Oh Capo when you share sir so call all out against Chelsea. Newcastle call all out untimi full strength.
Yeah,
untimi fam more.
Yeah,
mind you omonye very experienced side e we Europe sir.
Yeah, untimi combine it.
Capo, to be very honest,
to my Chelsea so how
Chelsea you know they need to Paris.
Oh baby, Liam we jari gaga when we go. Oh they be na ball na be back. They bell so throw bell Giano ntem ni jade. We are going to score more goals in the Okikano. Chelsea will concede any problem. Obetimi ashe 4 no ba na ho benunu. Inti we no Newcastle na bell here in term free on next is one Champions League.
They are decided right now. They are divided over just as to
because
many na kwai many am PSG. Me na me kind
of course no abo ya she na ko wani.
I think I had them no ya jini. Hey, but Chelsea Supremo at this point.
For a chance.
Okay, so let's say top 4 no. So or free Europe but
you wait me about top 4 fighting for top 4. Inti shawe je train ko. Na mfa onko next season. Netra ba no oko yewe ni me no wetimi agye agu abomu we no wow wetimi agye agu abomu
I don't know time no me nyam se nyam ka crash other game no but Madrid trying to say West Ham so betimi apule Pep Guardiola pa betwi Pep Guardiola form ne Thomas Tuchel and Matheus Fernandes partnership in that 4-2-3-1 no betimi apule Man City because naturally West Ham one of the few sides are ball with full exhibition of English football. They kick the ball, follow suit, look for second balls and rebounds. No more punish back line. I feel say Bowen, Adama Traore, Ebema, the laterals of Man City are fully natural pace and maybe I'll be going for 1-1 against West Ham.
1-1
because Pep Sweeney to Honma.
Yeah, for the next game
against
Madrid.
Pep too, he knows this
he knows
he's away.
City shot 3-4 almost in news. The move City sweat on.
And also a problem.
Almost concede goals.
So you can score but we need to concede. So clean sheets no na ebe dey ama wo
so me nyaka oh dey na me ka no bi no dey na me ka picture belo say jabo na ma Pep o jama na omo obo a ma wo space wo na chi ho apart from that counter no crash start suit Vinicius mo nature yeah people no say Madrid bless them pe obenya na space so bia na make menya na ka Pep ball we why a bit reservative against West Ham. Wa balance defense ne kakra when you 1-1 when you 1 point be a
obetimi afam
eso adwumboni o Chelsea Mikel Arteta ntino obako biem akoshesi goals no Okoyama abelu aso
afọ
critical point
in Chelsea Man City terms of condition no weekend dey very tough for them pa me da see new Messiah banana yaw obin GH say was say Xavi Ankasa didn't try at all. He could have waited for end of election before coming out to pour out these grievances. Okay, and you are doing no election no campaign no say wadwena mo akoto abanama in Victor Font. Ana no kunsuko do kromose Everton in should be Arsenal be 2, Newcastle 2, Chelsea 1, West Ham 2, Man City 1, and your message or the aba Kokari Junior Thierry say live we more monitor in Jumedie Honorable Eugene Kufia Mankwa incoming of Boise East Wachano and a day Mohamed and Gabriela was say update on Chelsea and say a Chelsea home komo and so a day amount and anope war Messiah Mre na yametwa so minim say Messiah so be games num e dia Messiah yemhwe say
my indie games in home komo I think it's this weekend very crucial. I mean the Messiah your quality in depth. So all players no more quality because fatigue no epic this time around because of how our competitions in the boboso. It is a over 4 competitions, over 3 competitions. I also to me about 3 kakra. Now manage your squad ni. Okay. The tosumi no the quality of coaching na hana daddy or as a manager. There are certain games you manage, there are certain games you coach at this stage of the season. On stress be also me now because so about 3 or 4 competitions you need to diversify your approach to games. Okay. On sano no. Then the third one I make one come this time of the season you need your top players to be at their top form. Sanyo mami and sawi. So top players no top form at this season are obre so tibibre. Say the new team catch players be say wo no yen chiro say ball 8 ball 6. Be any do betima no koye no. So imagine you are playing a season as at this time now your top player be a Kalana Messi ni Ronaldo momo sambi na no mo pick you. Yeah. Be careful. Almost somebody no mo pick pomo results. To get match Barca 2. Most Messi nko ashe 4 na so abombe mi ashe 4 e be we game number Barcelona winning 4-2 waji game na fa so Sanyo mami and we are very important at this stage of the season. Now me had 3 leagues ene. Okay, me had the Italian Serie, me had the Spanish La Liga, no me had the Premier League. It here is Sanyo mami and we be din komo going into the games. Okay, because of the fixture pile up and how it can reflect. We send your mommy and say I'm okay. Shout out to me Aboya on for the Spanish La Liga and 2 screens well because that is the first place I would love to talk about. Now we had the Spanish La Liga table now dia and Barcelona lead Real Madrid by 4 points 67. Real Madrid was 63. There is Villarreal and now only Alaves boy. It is Villarreal now torso 3rd with 55. Atletico Madrid torso 4th with 54. The reason why I'm not so much enthused with bringing Nipa or Toso Fit in this discussion is a Capo Gabnewa. Rebetis for no. Maybe a modano. Untimi for more mother discussion of the top phone and become my BB and ye because mono 43 points. Approximately Atletico Madrid mobile 9 points. Then Atletico Madrid Bebo Hatefi. This is going to be one of the good games not for good technical football, but for the level of intensity. Mehesa game no. The time make us many attention at Mehesa game near say Atletico Madrid actually mo first leg against Tottenham Hotspur by 5-2. Obia kase Atletico Madrid back we game no Spurs Stadium on the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium which is true. 75-80% chance Atletico Madrid beat Marco Esade. But in football, you don't give a lot of chances. Especially when you are playing a Champions League. The competition is known for one thing, a man demonstration shocking results and comebacks. So in recent years, Deportivo La Corona, FC Barcelona against Paris Saint-Germain, who comebacks be in the UEFA Champions League. And my competition in the Mushonko. I'm not saying there's a high probability that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But they will have to be very, very tactical in their approach playing the two games. Ahana the Edika, your quality in left bem. Now, no other mobile the midweek game, no cookie, no bench. And elbow had different, no better the cookie, but cookie your quality.
Yeah.
It is a open cookie ni Pablo Barros on Fifia. Lusuche. Clement Longley. New team player and centre back no open your opportunity to play. Obono against a Tefe in the league who quality in that. Capo.
Okay.
Molina on said Ambo games bebre. Argentina ni no moko World Cup no hard dream bebre no. And then so Obona quality in depth. Obetima benchi Julian Alvarez. Alex Baina. Omo free ring so baby mra. Thiago Amada mo 10. Capo. Quality in depth. Alexander Solote striking. Griezmann, Munyama Home. In the context of the discussion we've already had with the three thematic areas, this is in baby aduna also bomber team be adinya resource no. Atletico Madrid will move to. Yes. Me coach in India, me this year me impressed so much impressed with Diego Simeone. Nemum. The second one is so much mutia hetifa. Obetimi Julian Alvarez a free bench abama na bebo winning wama. Obetimi de Antoine Griezmann aide.
Ademola cries there.
So they are top game changers that they have almost form in a year. As at this time of the season. Hetafe, you bought 22 league matches, no more winning 6. Now you about the 28th match day no. Capo, in the last 5 games, Hetafe Ashemu 4. Including back-to-back results against the Real Betis were away. And Wakosha Real Madrid. So were away. And Odebebo Atletico Madrid. The last time Hetafe Esha Atletico Madrid, Atletico Madrid Nifino was back in 2010.
Okay.
Difficult hurdle to climb. I think this is a game Atletico Madrid. Betui bibia o man one upper ebeboa.
One up for Atletico.
For Atletico Madrid.
Okay.
That is a safe. Risky ubetima kwa Atletico Madrid to win.
Okay.
Because Hetafe ahwo de no wo hodie. Le mbom records ni chere say. So tu kwa no be pie mu Atletico Madrid fie ono ma.
Edin
de mana.
Okay.
Real Madrid bebo Elche. Elche share Real Madrid wo Bernabeu da. Yes. Elche, the last 10 games our ball league in Capo owini ba kokora.
Odigungwa.
Na mo baby a Elche da no so no, na ho kire no. Because league no ende. Mallorca were 25, Otoso 18th. Levante were 22 points, Otoso 19th. Oviedo 18 points, Otoso 20th. Elche were 26 points, Otoso 17th. Alaves abonwa to secure no 28. Elche person survive league ni mo. This weekend also bomb price Mallorca. Any Levante nyina no.
No ngoshe.
Ba okon no baby a okon.
Baby okon the nation so yet.
Hey, there's something that Belua have actually done with this Real Madrid setup. It is not a more dreaming tiasie so. And I've always said say on your coach sebi gidigidi bia. The basic things to bring the qualities out of certain individual players. So going with the formation of the 4-3-1-2 with Adagula just at the tip of the diamond no, very important in the Real Madrid in terms of creativity. Any pace or more form up front with the double attackers of Brahim Diaz and Vinicius Jr. or Gonzalo Garcia and Vinicius Jr. Difficult task for LJ today. Real Madrid with more over 1.5. Open riskier with more straight for Real Madrid. Say Real Madrid better LJ. Barcelona bebo Sevilla. Na record bi okuta Barcelona afiwe no. Me hwedian na emesere kakra ba ehu kakra. Omabo 16 home games. Barcelona more draw ba kokura mu.
Home games no mabo no. 16
so table ni
okay
o check La Liga na home team table ni Barcelona bought 13 home games. Capo okuta 39. It is 3 points now. O multiply 3 by 3 and 9. 3-1 39. Barcelona more draw back okra. Wow. Barca have 41 goals so fee. Oma concede 6.
Oh. They come new on almost a sound gungo for Tinampa.
Oba Befa.
Where they are Beji.
Oba Beji. Sevilla form in Yafiwe.
Sevilla pa.
Check away from in the league for Sevilla this season. Capo Motoso 9th. 13 games, Omukuta 15 points.
Very bad.
Very bad. Sevilla, Obuso almost said the last time Omutu kwa Beshe Barcelona. Oh, Barcelona fear. Many show some Mekai. Because actually this is the essence and so much Barcelona show mo 4-1. Oh, Estadio de Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. Barcelona will be looking for a proper comeback against Sevilla. Sevilla wants to survive in the league. Omuno 31 points. Sevilla they're 5 points 6 points above relegation zone. But also Ramos mu didi nkomo se ka club no munya o betima be to the field by Capo share the last 5 games between Barcelona and Sevilla. O share the 4-1 o Barca fie ni Barcelona 5-1. Barcelona 1-0 against Sevilla.
Okay.
Barcelona 3-0. Barcelona will fee 1-0. Barcelona will fee 3-0. Barcelona the last time at Sevilla a point Barcelona fee was in 2020 and Omkobo 1-1.
Okay.
Capo difficult task. Barcelona to win this game.
Like this is the as well.
The reason why I make a choice so this is the dynamics of the game you are going to watch. Barcelona were huge injury concerns and fatigue due to their lack of quality in depth. The reason why Obi Obeka said Barcelona a bit team pass a few double no in terms of the La Liga and the Champions League. In terms of the La Liga and the Champions League, you know, command me about the quality of squad depth. Players now so play hamstring, Frankie De Jong hamstring. Now no other Abrante Fene Bernal. Etina see your son in Namuni Natinity Muni Nano hamstring.
Yeah.
Rafinha call injury by hamstring.
Omonana Jine.
And not due to the fact that there is high intensity whenever they play. It is true. But I think if Barcelona were proper quality in depth, commit now rotate squad no. And maybe my day. And the surprising me saying I may aduma if Xavi has part chance here and because Xavi has part number the last 8 minutes against Newcastle United. Yeah. Obe rest Pedro Kakra because one person motiam Newcastle pa. Ferran Torres starting game where and Yamawa. Marcus Rashford starting game where and Yamawa. Baji starting game where Ronnie and Yamawa. Eric Garcia Babak. Basa Lusu omu 2 key fullbacks. Kunde, Balde.
Yeah.
And also Murie rotation kakra. So I think in the middle of the pack, Casado bit ma starting a me aduma game no. But the time make us men co overs near say Barcelona try say in recent games are almost squad ni nyina available no. Omu timi nya one day obi ye dey. So the most important thing is say save Barcelona to win.
Okay.
Open the risk here.
Barca
to win in over 1.5.
Okay.
Me real La Liga na me be share the Italian Serie A. Offer Serie A table ne maye. Now this weekend will be very interesting when you look at the Italian Serie A. Due to points in the so with or more pre-league or more pre for the top 4. There's 7 points gap between Inter Milan and AC Milan. Capo. But if Sheffield third holiday bano. Napoli 56.
Yeah.
Como 51. Roma 51. Juventus 50. Atalanta 46. Italy also almost slot for a 5th place in the Champions League due to the fact say the quarter final of the Champions League Italian team back day. Huge concern and frustration. This weekend Como Bobo Roma, that means top from 3rd to 6th no and from 3rd to 7th Aba kokra put be Inter Milan bebo Atalanta
yeah.
But Juventus ebe ko away to Yidini Como bebo Roma Napoli trefia Bolechi. Bamiani can be Inter Milan and common against Atalanta. Now Atalanta has struggled to win against Inter Milan. Capo, in the last 7 games, Atalanta took Pimo, Estadio di Giuseppe Meazza, until you say Inter Milan. But the biggest concern for Inter Milan, Capo, whenever Lautaro Martinez starts a game for Inter Milan, they have a 77% win percentage.
Lautaro starts.
So, in the absence of Lautaro Martinez, Inter Milan struggle.
Okay.
Which has been evident in the last few games at Inter Milan.
Yeah.
The last 6 games, Inter Milan we need 3. The rest of them draw, lose, draw, difficult. Edema Christian Kivu. It's only one of the Marcus Thuram Baba, but the question is, can they get the results that is needed in the absence of Lautaro Martinez? Baba Achilles heel. For Atlanta, 6-1, almost to Kwako Germany. I think they will take the risk in terms of pushing for an European slot rather than Champions League. No muko emise Capo Ombetimashe Bayern Munich, Zalewski, Gianluca Scamacca,
and the Champions League.
They will need to put up a top performance.
They need to win this Italians
at all costs against Inter Milan. Inter Milan soon as well because remember last year AC Milan game so because AC Milan are quite away. And there's an interesting record at Ekuta AC Milan. The last few results between Inter and Atalanta. Inter away, Inter 1-0. Inter away 2-0. Inter at home 2-0. Inter at home 2-0. Inter at home 4-0. Capo. Inter the last 5 games against Atalanta. Almost 1, 3, 5, 9, 13 goals omu conceded by against Atalanta. Open is safer. Ubetimako Inter Milan double chance. Risky Inter Milan to win.
Straight
against Atalanta.
Okay.
Napoli bobo tialechi. But Napoli hineche results. No ko no overs and some when bribe ba ho betima chiro kakra. Napoli coming into this game also at the back of PSV mu free injury aba. Because Capo, there's Zambo Frank Anguissa are available after missing a chunk of games. Kevin De Bruyne as well, but Scott McTominay aba. So this is not a depleted Napoli side going into the game against Lecce. Romelu Lukaku na no ada omuchi omuditi a Torino no. Ona therefore ya bobo last minute goal bi edema omo. Rasmus Hojlund form here equally good. I think Napoli survives this game against Lecce. Napoli to win this game against Lecce. Juventus beko away to Udine. Udine they always flatter to deceive. Omobo games na against Akesefo na obayiri ne ho afi ebo be 70th minute 75th minute dey ko the Capo no Emre no more laggy behind. The last 5 games between the two sides, Juventus 2-0, Juventus 3-1, Juventus 2-0, Juventus 2-0, the Udine are shown by 1-0. Capo, I think this is a game, a double chance for Juventus against Udine. But Lazio will be playing against AC Milan. Capo, AC Milan holds an enviable record in the Italian Serie A this season. They are yet to lose a single away game in the Italian Serie A this season. Omashemu 9 and Omadremu 5. But Omo a record bisu da honoma and also favor Omokra. Games without Adrien Rabiot, AC Milan struggles to find their rhythm. They've not won 3 games on a bounce in the Italian Serie A this season.
Okay.
Already they are on the back of back-to-back wins. The third one, but here Lazio. Lazio supporters in Asia ni Claudio Lotito want to qua. Because the last few games, you know, Lazio one about story no as say Lazio in stadium ko hebo no.
David.
Now no mo the empty stadium the ball mo game. Against AC Milan they almost so munyi na be game ni bi. Because the team backgrounds.
Wow.
Allegri, a quality coach. Shevchenko according to Common and say he sees a different Milan club with Allegri, which is true. Adrien Rabiot no prior a 1 match ban, and when you're due to accumulated cars, can AC Milan get a result? Editia Lazio difficult. But game there's one record so we may come. There have never been a goalless draw between the two sides. See a Lazio and AC Milan normal but draw also a goalless baby normally I'm draw near 1-1 2-2 sana bobode ba
to both team to score
in the absence of Adrien Rabiot. How difficult it is open safer AC Milan due to our record our record ne kuto mo betima kon double chance AC Milan na mum say all person will take the risk obetimi akọ both team to score and I say game we ebetimi aye over 1.5 between these two sides. That is a risky.
Okay.
Now Como any Roma free say Como ba league ni no Roma team ko she Como fie da
Fabregas
but when you also points near 51 so weekend way Spalletti betimi run into the top 4 of the Champions League game because Como ni Roma game no edin abako be dey ebeto foma no mu ni draw so asem kese beba because check here 51 Juventus edin na 50
Juventus
53 okay. Game may end in a draw between Como and Roma. Obi abenya 52. That means Juve have the toss fourth. So Como so say Roma. Como no ebenya the 54 points, but Juve dey the 1 point ba beda na chi. That means Roma no so be dey ebe drop in.
Como be she.
Now the match between the two of them no and Como and Roma yenti records ni. In the last 5 games in between the two sides. AS Roma etna fie she Como 1-0. Roma tena fie she Como 2-1. But omo travel ko Como no 2-0 against Roma. 2-0 against Roma again. Then AS Roma she Como by 2-1. So the last 5 games between the two of them, Roma bo fie miensa, Como bo fie 2. Mienu na Como abo ni nyina no Como she Roma without conceding a single goal.
Okay.
But this is in terms of the record in the league. This is how Como has performed at home. And that's omo unbeatable fie. Omo beatable fie. And their last 5 games, their record has not been actually good in terms of playing at home.
Okay.
Omo last 5 games in here. Omo se Torino 6-0. Omo ni Atlanta bo goalless draw. Omo lose to Fiorentina by 2-1. Omo se Lecce 3-1. And omo ni Inter goalless. So omo draw 2. Omo win 2. And omo lose 1. As compared to AS Roma where Capo, they've been very poor in their last 5 games. Roma ain't win a single game away in the last 5 games. Results in here: 1-1 against Panathinaikos, 1-0 loss against Udine, 2-2 draw against Napoli, 2-1 loss against Genoa, and a 1-1 against Bologna. They are bad travelers. Make for Como to win either half in this game. Safe, risky. Como straight win.
Okay.
Open anytime goal scorer. There is Duvikas. Tassos. This season why consistent they are more. Nico Paz will be looking forward to get another goal. But away from that means the table of the talents here every weekend we know. What did you say? I'm sure na Inter Milan biom kakra de kobe 8 points. AC Milan be close kakra be na maintain points ga be 7 and 8 na them.
Okay.
But top 4 no enyoma betima asesa wo kakra from the 4th position to the 6th.
Okay.
Now to the English Premier League, where I also hit to opa. English Premier League table no so Capo obo say and also top 4 no bi so babo mo kakra. Omo babo mo ni o Manchester United babo Aston Villa. Bon ho anameboa top 4 ni. It is about ko be drop points no so. Liverpool be stress because Tottenham Hotspur were 2 games also mu chusu mu ba ko. Ube chusu league na relegation and a Champions League no ba ko risk it all. Maybe express baby omo team ni nam ne Daniel Levy on tiase no hunu se baby on person mo de omo wototo no ente sa omo nuru ho nya Champions League ni ma Atletico Madrid en kobo na ade na league no mo pe ko be fa so mo de be dey ebekem because pressure na ko but weekend we no Tottenham Hotspur back game we say mo a bisu mani ho Papi Mata sa ni ho Christian Romero ni ho Mickey van der Ven ni ho omo PS na pre brutal I go to don't come on the crown out to me say Leraho. But I don't understand Tottenham as a club because the bill me bia no sebi entoasumu entoadumu bibi someone say e dey no mo dream omo tenase omo dream dem plan dey omo club no because unim say coach awakofa na be and then oko game almost be 8 players are come here starters so team ni wo so what me briefy journalist say mo hwehwe potential suitors after this game but mama ni pa na ni ba kwa na ba odi na be ya adwuma
ojuno ho mo ntese me decision ni ono aso mo take o
na job no omo mo take no o de ho mo na be ya adwuma
situation our ground dey almost how to solve it all.
Now Liverpool will not be concerned with whatever that will happen in the midweek because of more deficit near 1. Couple what's the mention? Liverpool deficit near 3 1. they could literally repeat the same squads and compete against Galatasaray Yami Aduma midweek. Galatasaray now move to Fiabo Istanbul Baksashe, which that is a different game altogether. But for Liverpool against Tottenham Hotspur, who go critique these guys, Alexander Isak there, Emerson Capo there, because for Liverpool this season, no matter how bad they've been at home, out of possible 14 games, they've been able to recruit and recoup 27 points from those games. Tottenham Hotspur away out of 14 games, recruit 19 points. Tottenham cry in as much somewhere bad no away from no, and yet that worse. Our can say we there. A bro Adrian Tiaseswa Tottenham Hotspur ain't mean the any bibia frontier Liverpool. But the last 5 games has been proven between the two sides. Liverpool 2-1, Liverpool 5-1, Liverpool 4-0, Tottenham 1-0, Liverpool 6-3. I think this is a game that Liverpool picks up the full points against Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham will try say at least some basic face kakra, but the strength of Liverpool, Capo, Edding. Liverpool net lose to Manchester City by 2 goals to 1. You know how the game ended and whatever that panned out. To Liverpool are more than was Rosa. But for Manchester United, they are Aston Villa, which is the top 4. No? Yeah. Capo, the last 5 games between Manchester United and Aston Villa. Man United they both fear Edding the Aston Villa Barber show. The last time Aston Villa travel is Manchester United 2021. Manchester United by 1-0. Kind courtesy of a goal scored by Douglas Luiz na assisted Jose in that game. Almost United by 1-0. Aside that, I difficult to Old Trafford. Sure. Unai Emery as a coach, first of all, England, Manchester United Old Trafford league muda. Only Arsenal bar 1-1. Only Arsenal bar 2-2. Only Arsenal bar Manchester United be 2-1. Only Aston Villa bar and say draw 2-2, 3-2, 2-0. Capo difficult. Okay. Man United to win either half against Aston Villa. Man United to win either half against Aston Villa to win either half. Okay. But open risk here. Ubitima can straight win the Manchester United. Arsenal bembo Everton. Capo game we see many over. City suba ko body etia West Ham. There is Chelsea Newcastle. Yeah. Chelsea Newcastle quickly on that. Chelsea last 12 home games against Newcastle United were winning 11. Newcastle travel to Chelsea obre. Okay. And you game motivation Chelsea pa. But Chelsea share more goals. So this is a game where your first option should even be about goals. Okay. Because these are 2 teams that will attack, that will try and create a lot of chances. But for the risky, you can go with the Chelsea win due to the statistics and the record and that whole between Chelsea and Newcastle United. Newcastle very risky. So almost the same problem as Barcelona now. Because almost bench players be almost but they are good to have more feedback. So Wontumi could literally be leading the lines in Amiadumene, then supported by Harvey Barnes. Okay. Lewis Hall, fantastic performance. We can normal come over any day, but I think this is a game that will produce enough goals. But Chelsea, Ubitima concentrate it as risky. Ubitima Chelsea to win either half or even over 2.5 or 1.5 in this particular game. But for Manchester United, they are carry. But for Arsenal, Everton, you see. And they game near 1 game back up. The last 5 results between the two sides. Capo. Arsenal 1-0. Okay. Arsenal Everton 1-1. Arsenal Everton goalless. Arsenal Everton 2-1. Arsenal Everton 1-0. Capo. The last time more goals a PM. Sabia Arsenal 3-4. The first match 2023. Okay. What checking league table ni dealing between the two sides are. Everton are one of the best away sides in the league this season. It young check your last results in terms of away last 5 games. Everton are question Nottingham 2. Everton are question Villa 1. Everton ne Brighton are 1-1. Everton are question Fulham 2-1. Everton are question Newcastle 3-2. Okay. Meaning no way form no. And form original national paper. Arsenal remains the only team to have won more away games than Everton this season. Arsenal winning 9 away games. Everton winning 7. Okay. So Arsenal there is a concern about Everton's away form, especially under David Moyes. Wow. Tiago say, "Well, any game I'm who is able produce goals be goals in Shadambem. Goals in Shadambem. Okay, but my Arsenal straight win fast. so open safer ko game we say na 3.5
okay
one 4.5 because onua eba no obemiem no defend it
okay
because when you say Arsenal so Champions League here dey
ebo
City game na dey ma omo
yeah
especially against Nuno Espirito Santo
nah
West Ham Ewofie they need to survive omo we need a game coming into this game against City. You see Guardiola need to am but I don't see how City doesn't concede against West Ham because even in their recent games Kwampona ye di tumi say City ashe West Ham no ye be wiase ne dey 2-1 3-2 na City dey akwa share because last few games no 3-0 4-1 3-1 3-1 3-1 safe option goes over 1.5
okay
risky with Marco City to win it half and I'm West Ham over 0.5
okay
so we should go at the tier
well na say a super hit no and I dey esin wo yemre na yemra local na yemeto aso na nsam so fie MTN FA Cup games ho ye bo ye matches no ene wo Cape Coast ene bichim ye ron seme bo ba tebet na se na ye din komo e dey afa ho na okay kotoko match no o ma wi ana se o ma wi has dey no so
has so wi
okay o wi obi abo division 1
obi abo division 1
okay
na division 1 obi abo eno so obi aso o da bi difference bi anim difference o mi se kotoko ni obi baby league leaders and a boy Golden Kings there only leader
on his own okay
but Kotoko match no and
me kwase o
4-1
Kotoko win 4-1
Kotoko lose 4-1 I don't know what's it that's what you know what's it
let me be say there is also say na 1-0 ana oba ye into na ko na so aba this is 4-1 on my pon okay
the bibi abeshe Kotoko 4-1
they friendly game
na omo na bisa se bi Kotoko nyu so omo
do second team na
enti omo start first half ni bi Aziz and die Samba Ono Zakaria Fuseni Patrick Asiedu Emmanuel Kotei Set Kojo Prince Bedu Isco Inusa Adams Peter Midu Akwa Dogu Yakubu Elvicheba for Uche omo na start first half
okay
second half goalkeeper no
first half no say
first half no na 3-1
okay
second team no Samba Zakaria Fuseni Kote Emmanuel Joseph Amua Walid Fuseni Lawson Chei Baba Yaya Philip Amua Johnson Opon and Kwame Puku
second team
no the both first and second team no you know better more
okay
but Kotoko at 4-1
okay
AJ Sports Complex
preparation
on guso mo bobo se ne be ya league no na me adman next week bounce back o match against Nations FC bia ben kama dia mo nti sana Kotoko dia ni has and so tenase e wo pobi mai
anopeya
we want die has the form kabako
sir
ai
good has the omonwie
akakra
has the form kabako golden kicks at Tuatna
and so Samuel Agbashi ne start here
na pose no here
ono agbe Solomon Agbashi ne die tisanete yewem na yefansem kakra ntwaso na Kotoko hono anka mpese me kanse mi bat me jai me desi o
okay
so na wosenke wose new board no umko share place no no mu din komo ti betima yese after the game betima disan komo no ama na yes ama bia so talk ama na yenso se national under 17 akache na uyo national under 17 eme wo board game e dey tia Samates youth side na bibia so talk ama na me watch na wo mesa ball e dey tia Samates main team no ama bia so etima akokamenti eme against youth team Samates youth team about 4 o'clock I will say Chase Sports Arena umbebo na obo sa game ni ya eme na about 2 o'clock PM Samates ladies any Jonina ladies as you game no and also any team baso and as Mortal Guinness a man games are almost 8 more by Bianso a talk about teacher game and also any tabasuna some Christopher Bambonsu and play vital role I am game on boy only 3-2 no wonder from a cameo but a bunch of man home so I assist me and say the Bian's 8 committee the first and also the first assist in the and Anna Babu Swaja what you romance say Opia a council timidity against ugly we omone a boy omone former Mendy former Chelsea goalkeeper omuti my friend ugly we mo eno the boy Saudi Pro League ma to say bias it will come na obi aboni di enso it was Saudi Pro League so the modemono and enso timi e was so that man stadium AST AFCON 2017 na Capo Gabon okay Gabon Gabon yabo Nations Cup 2017 Equatorial Guinea Gabon so bakaya stadium I see any 10 years any fiedu any
omatonwana
dabi any
nendu nyina fifi
wo
Gabon zuni
die bisa so mo munya no ngara fana
is already any year pe o
esipon eti tell you mo ngana fo nya pe
Gabon
where Gabon your bonus is cap 10 years Kediare
we are stadium no team new one
Capo eti team new ente man say Japade adi sika ye man say we ye share aduasua aka bi dia fire dia ho ye dia na kika ka wura mu no okodo man kura bi o aka wura mu ye hini na no yeko on se na aka wura mu
Africa
yeko esipo so dia na ye
Africa na
it mean say yadio say abro say bayo
ahadi hanu ana fla
say abro
tan track biazo
bibia do hu
Gabon
aye enkonwa na wo no eno kutuwa su usoma na frofra gunsam it is na tie so Gabon tie hwe na ne de no so asua ade na yewram enso tie MTN Africa Festival anam enso tie me ho ene anam posa na ene na me ball tina ene de no start bobo kon erebo ene cha football club and the enso de Tachima Liberty na de dia so atimi akokama na okokopie ma adose ne game no two teams nya so atimi ba be dru aye bitem amosha no musam game no and also everything about some bias etima ko kama na make sense me na so etim da chete fonya no yem fan tudwa and also etim for me etim for se ukoko piema e was our games and also etima to na report on sense etima ka and also say Diana Stars boboko no the channel so ukoko piema Rafia okoko this game no as etimi Juliet appear ono ana Rafia wona ekoko this game no and bias so etimi akokama emati urama nyame bo adot na 15th of March 2026. Club and the Dean Samsi, Elbow Heart of Flowers, Cape Coast Sports Stadium, Referee Charles Bulu, one another Kodisa game, I'm a Bianso Etimi Aquakama. The same Otranano, and some Etimi on another for Suja Park. Nations FC, any Brokum Chelsea, Referee Julian Nuno, one another Kodisa game, I'm on to channel so Etimi Aquakama. Trump Divisa, and I'm a Diama game also, Salam Yao Bless, one another Kodisa game, I'm a Bianso Etimi Aquakama. Don't send and I'm also at media by Jumadian so now on say Yaka MTN Fake Cup asem a class for first one almost qualify at a call. Nessa quarter finals no and also ya do to makakra ya do so to any man said a Diana Stars are all born a starting film a quite Diana Stars first one when also to qualified by the two a quarter final or body tia chem or try to 2-1 where Okoko said Brekum Astra 2-0 on a Kotoko 0-0 PK and a winning 4-2 when Liberty for El Kwakobo amount to channel so to me Aquakama Brekum Chelsea and a ball and a 10 Nations FC Nations a quite Nations the first one almost a qualified by the Bia almost a Piniano, General Joanna Branding team, I'm family so now for me coach's reactions, not Yamin Komokakra, coach and fan Steven from Paul Manso, a head coach elsewhere to my Nations FC. Now, no one know openly do come in the business at Tamai. Now, Okakabo Ediata, a broken Chelsea, and so to my MTN FA Cup in the middle. Now, against Chelsea, the say, and then Yamako, openly to say, at the tray.
Like the other matches, it's still going to be a difficult game, although this is an FA Cup game, which for us, we want to move to the next stage. Yes, we will do our best and then try and then move forward.
So, and to Donna, all you know, sister said, yeah, women don't more kind of child, but time where do you and from team criminal Quacobo and the team at this point, there, women shall say almost so a bit trading could have yet, you know.
Now you cannot underrate anything. It doesn't matter the position, his position on the league. Win, even 1 or 2 wins can just move you up or move you down. So for me, we are not looking at where they are lying. But then FA Cup match is always a difficult game and also interesting in every game.
So, and at the sunset now, every 2 jobs. Moment dream sense. When coach and fan, one for Dormon, not any Komokakra. One was a Quacobon game. Nami Adma Datsna, no Peninsula being common, only the Nukoman Yanasa game no answer amazing. But I'll be on dream sense is a record and sweating you. I am FA Cup in Messansa, or had the last 2 seasons. I'm a boy, a Quacopium Africa, I'm to China, coming to much and we say, we met us out of Lions. I don't from game no. Dormon, Ekasai.
Very, yeah, the team is gradually picking up and building up to this important festival, so to speak. We have a very rich history with the FA Cup, so the club is taking this clash, the club is taking this quarterfinal very seriously.
Yes, I know. I swear to you, Kakropena. Your friend Dormon, I swear the Bible, and Tiadon Sempi, and also Etida, but Obia, yes, and I MTN FA Cup, and I want some summer. Yes, yet you know better to a massive gamer. Namaka Capo, I bury has said your said the house, dear Cotacodo.
Because you want for no more.
It was one for a house and so they are all Cotacodo 4-1, house and so they are 1-0.
Wow.
Never bought WB United any club and the young apostles. Wenchi. Timo boy and no be market team. Na omako akopiem sweet me wenchi na omatwaso. Clubs no so guso bobo mo. Na abuso bros for say Wontumi ni so mo. Om supporters for go FA Cup no dabi. Om supporters om from om rest. Om rest. Om supporters mo bi anko ba ya. We bi rest. Na next week league na bounce back omo de awon den
omo ko stadium na ya omo ntimi nkore
da bi
next week
on say we no I say obi apese obone de ho bai
sanity ho bai supporters ye bo ho bai
supporters de boy ho bai say obi ebone supporter ho bai na bia
committee the form right now on we bai MTN FA Cup obi anya slogan e dey nti eno no wa ho den a woni mbo no na wa kire obobre obia MTN Africa wa ho den na obetimi abo no akire obobre it is anity ndi ewe you remember amiza yenhwe matches
I think say crucial baby a games na ba beduru no tension mo kakra and for most of these teams it's important say wa league no untimi nye no over fight na wetimi abo ho modern akwakoji the FA Cup sisi ana baby a yegina na ye division 1 club 2 anyway because Techima Liberty and ye wo Atram Divisa our money body etia mediama ana over teams are akawo mu a 2 teams ana ye hene no mo hene mu so mbetimi agibi from the Ghana Premier League for the first time Ghana Stars free some mobile league ni mo wagi league ni 2 times but omonje FA Cup ni bida Nations FC Bar League ni mo omonje league ni bida for Broken Chelsea omunye FA Cup ni bida pressure wom but for Mediama but for Dreams FC omunye na agibida enim se die CTT. The last team to have won back-to-back FA Cup titles at some point in time was Accra to Folk. I who say coach Samuel Bodu and then the House of Folk team in the year and aside that no Korokobo be a free no more free mo de call. For Diana Stars, only league in the baby or more da any points or motimia accumulate here. I don't think they are consistent enough to win the league, getting to the latter stages of the league. You really more out in the baby. Say be away the over for Diana Stars not to win the league. But no crane say more consistency levels no and team will be to compete akwaji league no. because weekend a be a won say Mediama drop points e was Aduana Stars dey catch up no abodro ofie ana say bi akwa away akwa lose bi a 1-0 weekend be a Mediama team accumulate points Abia Go Stars accumulate points no most Aduana Stars akwa konya points. The only time I'm always Ghana Stars abam into the conversation the last round of Ghana Premier League games a boy Mediama drop a points to Roho United Obekaya. But Biani Go Stars also drop a points to Young Apostles. Then Ghana Stars to me born home modern and the full 3 points are omudi a close gap no eba 4 to 5 points between Omo and Mediama. Realistically, I think Ghana Stars need the consistency to compete well for the league and win it. So the FA Cup presents you the perfect opportunity to do their best and qualify, especially when you are playing against Techima and Liberty. Capo, no disrespect to Techima and Liberty, but I don't think they have enough quality to stand the Adriana Stars, especially Adriana Stars able of year. Yeah. So an opportunity to go into the semi-final of the competition. I'm looking for Adriana Stars to do justice to it. Okay. Or more the quality, or more the players to do that. So media did the FA Cup and the Ghana Stars. Oh, even a very good coach, so no but the one-off gamer on media BBA. Brighter J, Sam Adams. Omu nyina be both team media league ni bida, but the FA Cup they will need to have a taste of winning it, and it starts from Omu game against Techima Liberty. For Ghana Stars, I feel we say in terms of the matches on Mabo with the FA Cup no Capo 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. It has been a quality round of results for them, and I think say Ochekesha Omoni Kumasa Sante Kotoko kwa mufa so yi omo free mu no. They need to go through the same route and make sure so meet me the the final of the FA Cup. Ama omo team aide at home. The second game will be between Nations FC and Brokum Chelsea. For Nations FC, very disappointing season. Last season, Timor coming closer to winning the league. I had to take match day 32, match day 33, and sign a table on 10. Amba league ne from some baby the Go Stars aje. Ke expectation ka this season and come to match to free baby omo ye dey. But a change in the technical team. Kasi Mengo ko Frimpong Manso aba. Ono so ye na famu de key players Abdul Karim wakopie mu Accra so folk Prince Bedu January o maton na makomasa Asante Kotoko Emmanuel Ano otu kwan afeno wasaba back face Achaute otu kwan one de watimi akoka ho center back pair Osekofo no ne Razak Simpson ebo and Osekofo akopie mu Aduana Stars and Aduana FC. So there's been a lot of changes in terms of the technical team and certain key players. But Capo, with their squad, no any fear form, no this season it's really difficult for any team to come to Abrankasi and say, "Yebabe Nations FC Diako." Okay. In the league, they've been able to maintain a certain level of an unbeatable state. Clubs with the same they struggle to get a win. Because somebody knows the FA Cup so well. Because only the last coach to have won it back to back and 2 times. And they would become Chelsea. Results no one league are convincing. They have even lost a crucial player in Sorutu Badori to Bologna. It is a league they will need to find a way for the FA Cup to get results. But for Nations FC will fear no hard. Nations FC on the back of coming to the quarterfinals she showed All Blacks. Fear. Become Chelsea presents a different quality altogether because Omo coach Awaji Bida and a more unexperienced team. But I think Nations FC will find a way to make this. Okay. It is a real this round in your semi-final say Adriana Nations FC Amane. Okay. From Adriana Nations. Adriana Nations. Emane Nyawawa. Nations ni akui. Ano form na by the right time. Mark Williams, top quality player. Offers a lot of energy. Brandon. They have the men to do with Become Chelsea. And I think say we around where we are. With this particular belt now. Nana Fosuji Abo. On say belt we need a different form. The other belt no. It will be cheap. Maybe the beboa and he say it is being played on a neutral ground.
Neutral ground, yeah.
So maybe those or more that part of the chimneys aside, will have a taste of what it means to also have a hand. Then I think on a neutral ground, say changing the viability between the nations and Brekum Chelsea game, because nations too quiet on one shot and yadi. Brekum Chelsea, a hot two on a moon, and a moon how assassinate and the city. This presents an equal opportunity, but for the Chima Liberty and Adriana, I think Adriana will make it. But as the nations need Brekum Chelsea, they call extra time and a penalty shootout. And Yamawa say to be decided by that at the end of the day. But me probably open Nekia at that end. I'll trust Coach Frimpong Manso. I'll trust Coach Frimpong Manso a little bit. Okay. Despite saying Nana Fusuji Abo Park no, because a knockout game, obesity, or try hit counter attacks, or try so be breaking the lines, reaching down, so they'll give him the needed experience. Now there will be Dreams FC against Heart of Lions, then Atram Divisa. You see, Atram Divisa I didn't know my year back-to-back seasons. Last year, Omobo, the semi-finals of the FA Cup, Golden Cakes.
Yeah,
and the year more free more about the final.
Yeah,
this season, almost set me up more in the FA Cup as a deep run all about the quarter final. So I'm not expecting them to be minus against Mediama. What did they mention? I'm not expecting them to be minus.
Well, tournament no FA Cup ready.
Me expect them to be minus against Mediama, because last year Omo semis na this year Omo quarters. That means Omo said the city born pa.
Mediama force jama boy ko penalties ebe ha omu.
Omo jama boy ko penalties ebe ha omu. Because I try to visa there. This also Omo regulation time. Ama Omo ni Omo they say we cup game ninti no.
Yeah.
Omo so be kokwasa kakra, enye kokwasa se ne born so. Name Omo frustrate you. Mediama league on at that top. They could have an opportunity of winning the double, just like a car house of folk here, you know. Omo squad no so make me the double, yes. So Omo the quality so make me they achieve the double this season. They need to make amends for the blunder they see here or Takwa against Horror United. Yeah. Abomoko lose by 2-1. But the issue here say when we know on 4 more penalties. And the game being 7 p.m. Obia Liberhebi.
Floodlight.
Bibiabo TV. Floodlight. Okay, I'm happy we are going back to the Cape Coast Stadium for this crucial encounter. It's been long since we watched a game at Cape Coast Stadium. Sure. And I think this gives us a level of edge in terms of enjoying a very, 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 very good football between two teams. Obia and Koyana Adrian or Continental, there will be quality football. I'm looking forward to this young chap, Apokum. About the under 17 and the park was Fabian. And I think last year you know slim kakra bi no bosses na obedwero pop could have bonne ba kopa could have bonne ba kopa in terms of bonne bono only bonne ba pa dwe dan the team so and me hwesa game no say a bit me I open up a lot of things for us, but I think Mediama will make it.
Okay,
Capo, I try the visa will try.
By Mediama
I think their story ends there. Their story ends there. But the cracker of game will be between Dreams FC and Heart of Lions. For Dreams FC, among their tournament with Ayamomo, because I remember the famous story about Dreams FC winning the FA Cup. When you say a card, they command more the CAF Confederations Cup. A card there.
Command more.
A card there.
Wow.
Then somebody stepped in and encouraged them, said, "Debbie, no, let's take the risk."
Is almost strengthening,
and the rest is history. I mean, I'm
yeah.
And they still remain the only club in the last 10 years in the Ghana Premier League to have played in the semi-finals of a continental competition. Because 2004-2005 you been akotokone house
yeah.
The 2006 yenya will be a semi-final. It's 10 years more any 20 years more 10 year 2016 yenya will be a team about the semi-final of the competition. I think they will also relish their chances of going deep, because Dortmund no I assistant the Amazito so he will relish the opportunity to continue and go and do it. For Heart of Lions, it has been a disappointing season. Last year, Heart of Lions born on mobile. It's a Nations FC DNA. Anyhow, almost started season where ye. Eche Dogli, Ebenezer Aban. They are trying to be like the club, or more the quality to match in terms of other teams, player for player.
Yeah.
But consistency in your mafa. And I think for me, Jay, any coach Bashir Rayford, also Bashir Rayford, so no free.
Yeah.
It also come back to grounds. He will realize the opportunity to say at least Heart of Flowers. This is Romania Ukrano. FA Cup also Mutimi Bomo more than Mutimi JJ. I think this is going to be a very crucial encounter between two teams or more Ghana Premier League standard. But probably I will bet me and keep this game. I think Dreams FC will find a way to make this.
Oh, okay.
I think Dreams FC will find a way. They will find a way. Due to the fact that
Dreams ahead of
competition, we need the importance of it. Anybody when it gets to knockout rounds like this, part to part.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not about how beautiful you play, but how you survive at the end of the day. Thrilling encounters for the MTN FA Cup, and I think most of the teams in the world are capable of giving us a proper representative. But Biju Sebi also omoko na omoko PMO the continental competitions. Etime edema erasions by Capo. Nyame adoma Monday. Yaba bedi Bernard Somoane Kotoko Nkomo ne Husika Sem ne baby FFA deba no. And I think say some of these things and it's enough. Yet too much. Yet too much. Ye tin sem we be too man say kura koda na obi player too kwan asi we so ma miska we na no ada kotoko eto abet amwa na ne hu so Olympics a toilet so be gene die siska na ba siska ne mai
na ndi na mo so mo ton amuma clubs ni nya we so player no ya ton but mbi a hyehyɛ wo hu ni enti
say enya munamunu wonum na no be mo waye ana also no contract no yeah no wo part ni wo say wo so certificate what I say be nya wo na be che ne se de
but then be say club no so enim say won sika no
say no dey say no trouble now so reply no so
for that
so I think for Olympics they will reply for say
clubs no me know how to deal with the issues
because omo them man omo sort omo negotiations and nobody was there,
of course,
ana mo di mo nkomo because akoda no wapeja wapeja and there are certain things
sabro food here who dey bia about $2,000
abofo se ni nyina
see
sabro food dey bi nyina
by more na de
omudeba I think nyame akoma Monday
but see as you well clubs no so I what said what kind of what pa well but I say yamre na afi Dr. Amuzumra na inin komo na afi ento so emfa yenya birthdays ni wie na omra na yento so emfa ema de di kan birthday edikan happy birthday to madam Akosua Tiwa ene ewa oda madam are ready yento so happy birthday to madam Akosua Tiwa CEO of Tiwa Ventures crew from CPC. Happy birthday to you, enjoy your day dear yankopon ka hona afionyo kese onto super enwa oda so enfamade to so happy birthday to father and son Mr. Tofik Abdullah Abdurrahman ene ewa oda anafi Abdullah Abdurrahman Tofik also ewa oda enti papa ene ne ba ene mu di ma oda yese nyankopon hira de mam se enhira bia ewo ne day mu onfandom na onti nanim enchiramo ene day enjoy your day ade to so mame Akosua sewa ene ewa oda mame ye wishi nyankopon yese nyankopon hira de ma ye wishi happy birthday se nyankopon ka ho na onyo akoma so ade nyina ema de da wakoma so bia no emrem emfa ema enjoy your day mame na ade to so say happy birthday to my lovely daughter Inessa Yasewa Nkwantabisa ene ewa wada from Omom Patricia Edufo wono ene wish wada pa enjoy your day nyankopon enka wona afi onyo kese kobim say obeye kese die twato happy birthday to Apostle Dr. Nana Edu Jemfi Kumanini Barima kese 1 Nana Shamu happy birthday to you enjoy your day nyankopon ka wona afi omo nyansa emu edo na afi onso efato abrabo iso akopim se osro enso ebetimi akasa enjoy your day ti awonsem enono yenko Dr. Amuzuho na yenko di nkomo ene Akosua bonkomo na ya hwese de the pennies doctor e wo de men anu Akosua wo de
adom aso asan hye biem
o say
so asan hye biem
de
wo wata